Well, on today's episode, don't forget your canteen or your sleeping bag. Now grab your tickets because we're getting to the theater. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Getting to the Theater. I'm Adam.
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Etta.
I'm Blair.
And you can tell from the episode that you clicked on, we're talking about 2015's The Revenant, directed by Alejandro Inarritu.
Alejandro.
I remember Sam gave me a note to say it's his name is pronounced close to how you pronounce Doritos, the drinks, like the sugary drinks.
Yeah.
But I can't remember exactly how she told me to pronounce it.
This morning when I got up, I had to look up a video of him saying his name, so I would have an idea of how to say it correctly.
I gotcha.
And listener, if you can tell, this is a little bit of a different episode. This is the first one where we don't have Erica on.
Boo!
Yeah, she got mauled by a bear, and we left her in the living room.
But I am Erica. What are you talking about?
You have a cold?
Very, very cold.
So tell me you love me.
Damn.
Shut up. I do love you, though.
Oh.
But this was something Etta picked for us.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
What is the basic premise of this movie?
So, I have 3 versions of this. Which one do we want?
Oh God, the one
So
that is
I have.
correct.
Excuse me, what did you say?
The one that is correct.
They're all correct.
Okay.
I have the Netflix summary of it, right? Not the Netflix, but like.
It sounded like you said neck flicks, which is
Oh.
appropriate.
Stop. So I have like a general one that doesn't have any spoilers. I have the funny one that would be funny, and then I have the spoiler one. So which one do we want, or do we want all 3?
Well, there's not really much to spoil in this movie that you don't get from the trailer.
Yes, there is.
Well, if I may, I've got a definition pulled up from Merriam-Webster Dictionary that would pretty much really kind of clue into what's going on with the movie. Because it's really well titled.
Don't take my spotlight, Blair.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, put it down.
Damn.
Drop it. Drop it.
It's literally
Dad.
a definition.
Of the Revenant.
Yes.
I looked that up this morning, too.
That's. Bleh.
I don't
What do you mean
remember.
it's
Something like Ghost or Reawakening or something.
Yeah, somebody who comes.
Technically,
back from the
it's
dead.
all it is just one that returns after death or after a long absence. And you can use the expression, "Oh, you've been gone so long, I thought you were dead." And essentially, Revenant itself is French in origin. So it's not too dissimilar from a zombie. It's just from a different country.
He's like a zombie.
Yeah.
I want the funny summary.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the Revenant is a heist film.
Not incorrect.
Why are you holding back your laughter? Let it out.
What?
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
I love that you chose that when Erica's not here.
Right?
Erica loves heist movies.
Legit. And this was. Everybody was trying to get something.
Okay. What's the spoiler version of it?
The spoiler version is a man gets mauled by a bear and then has to take revenge on his son's killer.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you get in the trailer.
Right. And then the Netflix summary is, I was going to say, a man that battles the wilderness and human nature.
That's very sterile description of it.
Right.
I like your other one more. Well, I think we should get out of the way at the top that this is, of course, based on the true story of Hugh Glass, who was a real frontiersman who was mauled by a bear and left for dead by 2 of his companions. The movie was, of course, altered for Hollywood because the real Hugh there's no evidence of him ever being married, him never having a child, and the real Glass, never got any kind of real revenge on the people who left him for dead. Because the 2 men who left him, Fitzgerald and Bridges, when he found Bridges after he'd healed up and everything, because the man was so young, he forgave him.
Right.
And Fitzgerald was in the army, and he couldn't kill a member of the United States Army. So he was like, all right, fuck it, I'll let you live too. But they did compensate him. They gave him some money. So the real story, while horrifying, being mauled by a bear, especially in the 1800s, before people knew how to wash their hands, and living, the ending was kind of just like it was a wet paper bag. It was just...
Right.
It wasn't exciting enough for
No.
Hollywood. Yeah.
But this version of it, more interesting. You actually can care about this character a little bit more, feel for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably why they threw in the wife and the child.
Yeah, and the
to
wife...
deepen it a little bit.
Yeah, and the wife is barely a character.
Right. She doesn't
She
even
don't even have a name.
Yeah, it doesn't have a name. We only see her in dreams and flashbacks. I think we can go ahead and get the whole dream sequence out of the way, because it's chopped up throughout this 2.5 hour long movie. And it's not a long sequence, but it's basically the United States Army comes in and burns down this Pawnee tribe village. And he's living there with his wife, who is Pawnee, and their son, whose name is Hawk. They kill his wife.
Shooter, right?
Yeah, I believe they shoot her in the back.
Yeah.
Kill most of the people there. Hawk gets lit on fire.
Yeah, they burned the tent that he's in.
Yeah. So Hawk has this really gnarly scar on the side of his face. When we meet him through the main part of the movie. What'd you say?
Zuko.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Oh, gosh, when the Fire Nation attacked. He didn't have his Agni Kai.
Very apt.
Oh, he had his Agni Kai.
Oh, yeah, he did.
He lost.
He lost it.
He lost hard. But they mention this throughout the entire movie. Several people ask Glass, hey, did you really kill an army captain? And when we actually get, he finally acknowledges his story at the end of the movie. He says, I just killed the man who's trying to kill my son. And you see that finally at the end of this flashback. He does shoot the man.
Was Fitzgerald a captain?
No.
Oh,
man,
no, he was
remember
in the flashback.
The Pawnee village.
Oh, gotcha.
In the Pawnee village.
Yeah.
So most of this movie takes place in 1823.
I have no idea.
Sure.
Did they say?
There was a lot of details missing out.
Yeah, I looked it up at some point.
Oh,
It
okay.
was
Yeah, I was
1823.
actually talking about that with Etta. I was like, should we look up some of the stuff? Because there was a lot of exposition that they did not give. They didn't tell you. I don't think they told you what year it was or where they even were.
This movie is very light on exposition.
Yeah.
This movie is very light on dialogue.
Yes.
Most of DiCaprio's scenes, he does not speak.
Yeah.
Now, I will give him credit. He did learn 2 Native American languages for this movie. One of them was Pawnee, which is the one he speaks with his son. And the other one,
Call them the Ree.
The Ree.
If you just want to,
Yeah, the Ree. It starts with an A.
It was like Arikata or something like that.
Yes. He learned those 2 languages, which I haven't a hard enough time with English.
Same.
But the one particular thing about this movie that is very interesting going into it, 99% of the shots in this film were filmed with all natural light.
And they were gorgeous.
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful shots. Like Blair mentioned before we started recording, the scenery in this film. Because they filmed on location. They did not film on stages or sets. They were actually out in these mountains and everything.
Yeah. A lot of the film's runtime was actually just dedicated to, hey, let's just do a wide pan. Wow, this is majestic. Mm-hmm. And then it's this taking in and just taking in the scenery, honestly, I felt like every 20 minutes it just did that, on cue.
Yeah.
All right, we've hit the set piece. What do we do now? It's just appreciate the scenery.
And it worked. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Very little CGI in this movie, except for mainly animals. And the one time they had to use artificial lighting was for a campfire scene. The wind was acting really bad, and it was making the light from the fire flicker so badly that they put some fake light bulbs. Not fake light bulbs, but they put some light bulbs around to illuminate it better. Other than that, all the light in this movie was completely authentic light.
That's cool.
Which is why it makes sense that most of it was shot either during the day or at dawn or at dusk.
Right.
I don't really remember any scenes at night except for when they're inside at the fort, when they have candles and everything.
That's right.
But this movie stars Leonardo DiCaprio as Hugh Glass. The main villain of this movie is played by Tom Hardy, who's playing James Fitzgerald. Might be the character's name.
I don't remember his first name.
Yeah. They always just refer to him as Fitzgerald or
Yes.
Fitz.
Yeah.
Yes. And he threw some fits.
Yes, he did.
Oh yes,
But Fitz was very appropriate.
John Fitzgerald. Sorry.
there you go.
He's a religious
Yeah,
man.
within the first 10 minutes, it's like, wow, I hate this guy.
Yeah, he was annoying. But we also have Domhnall Gleeson, Will Poulter. We also this movie calls back to our first episode this season, Inception.
Yep, I was going to mention it last night, actually. But I didn't, because I didn't want you to...
with
when he was walking through the snow in the middle of the... you know that really wide shot when you're just like, why is he out there in the middle?
yeah.
I was just like, yo, I'm getting these Inception vibes right now.
You
bro.
didn't
When he was
say
out
that.
when he was out on the ice.
Yes. He's like walking in the middle of the ice,
Yeah.
and I was like, why is he out in the middle?
Well, not just that, the visuals, but we have 3 actors from Inception come back together for this movie.
Who's the third one?
I didn't even recognize him.
Okay.
He's a member of their party, but he's wearing his hair and his facial hair are so outgrown, and his character is not shown a lot, much like in Inception. We have DiCaprio, we have Hardy, and our third person is Lucas Haas, who was their original architect at the beginning of Inception that Ken Watanabe has on the helicopter, and they take him away, and we never see him again.
Oh.
This is actually our third movie with him this season, because he was also the priest in Red Riding Hood. I know you guys weren't on that one.
I was
No.
just about to say, we did Red Riding Hood?
Yeah,
We didn't.
that was Abby was on for that one.
Okay.
Is that the one we missed? That's the one we missed.
It might have been,
Yeah.
but yeah. So we've got 3 Lucas Haas movies completed by accident this season,
Nice.
and just this one tied to Inception, what I thought was interesting. Little bit of trivia. Oh, this also ties back to Violent Night, because another member of the party was in Violent Night.
Who was it?
It was, I believe the actor's name is Brendan Fletcher. Let me look him up real fast. Yes, Brendan Fletcher. Do you guys remember in Violent Night the one member of the mercenary group that was guarding the family by the fireplace?
The
Yes.
crazy guy?
Krampus in the
Yeah.
green? Yeah. He was another member of their party.
Well, dang.
Yeah. So a couple callbacks here. But they are working as fur poachers in oh gosh, I don't remember what area they're in.
I know they kept talking about the Missouri River, so somewhere out west is the best answer I can give you. And then also Fitzgerald, his goal for the entirety of the movie was to get rich, go to Texas, buy land, and prosper.
That's it.
So somewhere out west during like the 1820s or so.
He was such a shit in this movie.
Tom Hardy's got some damn good range.
He was good.
Yes,
But he makes you hate him from the jump. That's
he,
all
he
does
played
is
the role
complain.
very well.
Very well.
Yeah.
So our movie, it starts off with the party of about 45 men. They are at their camp. They're collecting their furs, and they are attacked by the Ree. Mm-hmm. This is very graphic, but it's done very well. Like them being hit with all these arrows out of nowhere. One guy shoots someone, turns his head, and then takes an arrow directly to the eye. Mm-hmm. And Glass is supposed to be their...
Scout, lookout, something like that.
I was going to say guide, because he knows the area, he knows the people.
Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly what his role, like, not what his role was,
What
but
he
like,
He was a pathfinder. Yeah. He was literally there like, look, we're in uncharted territory. We're here, on Indian land poaching animals to get fur for fur trade. And, his whole job is to, like, identify the different Indian natives and be able to, like, okay, listen, it's like, we don't need to go here. This is where they're controlled. If we stay here, we should stay out of their way. Or while we are on their land, we can go ahead and, like, skirt them by doing these different motives or, like, objectives. And, like,
sorry. Go ahead.
so more or less, like, he was there kind of as just like the native expert. That way, like in the event that they do come into a tussle, like, hey, what do we do in this situation? Or hey, what do we look out for? Or hey, like, we're being attacked on all sides. What's the best course of action? But then, like, during the opening sequence, he wasn't there. He was out hunting with his son Hawk.
Yeah, they found a big...
It was an elk.
Elk.
It was a big elk, and then unfortunately, it was the gunshot of shooting the elk which alerted the Ree to their whereabouts, and then they came hauling ass, which is why Fitzgerald was so panicked.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It was the gunshot.
Yeah, like Fitzgerald heard it, and he began visibly freaking out, like, okay, grab the furs, get to the boat, grab the furs, grab all the furs you can, let's go. And then, like, what is going on? And then that's when all hell broke loose.
Because Bridges comes back to camp, and he's like, hey, we need some help. We got this big elk.
Yeah.
And the guys are just giving him shit, because Bridges is Will Porter's character.
That's right.
He's a very young man. This was 2015, so he was probably in his early 20s, maybe. And they're just talking shit to him. Like, hey, you bring it here, I'll help you eat it. And that's when the attack happens. One guy lands directly into the fire.
Right. Which another point of because the whole time it's like, hey, have you seen what was it, Coulter, something like that? I can't remember the character's name because it was so insignificant once everything happened. But somebody went missing in the party, and they kept asking over and over, where have you seen them? Have you seen them? Have you seen them? And then roughly, like you said, when Bridges was asking for help getting the elk back, that's when you see him stumbling back to camp,
you're
naked,
right. Yeah.
because the Reed kidnapped him, tortured him, and then let him go because they knew exactly what he'd do is beeline right back to camp. So
I forgot all about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and they just tear through this camp, and like Blair just said, Fitzgerald's main concern is getting these furs on the boat. Men are being killed left and right. Their captain, Andrew Henry, I believe is the character's name, played by Domhnall Gleeson. Yes, Andrew Henry. He's doing his best to defend the camp. When Glass shows up, he's carrying someone on his back, and he's just screaming, "Get to the boat! Get to the boat!" One of the Native Americans jump on Tom Hardy, but they stab the pelts, and he manages to get the knife away from him and then kill the guy very brutally. And he's still just, his main focus is these pelts. Mm-hmm. No matter how heavy they are, no matter how much they're slowing me down, I'm bringing these things with me. Only about 12 men make it to the boat, maybe?
Oh, yeah. They get mauled.
Yes.
I'll say out of the 45 or 44 people who started, only 12 make it to the boat, which is the boat was only roughly 150 feet away from their campsite. But the whole time they were trying to get to the boat, they were being flanked on every single side by the Native Americans. And at one point, they were actually being attacked from the trees.
Oh, yeah.
At one point, the camera pans up, and there's one in the trees who shoots down, and they see it happen. They get up, and they shoot him, and they shoot out of the tree.
Glass shoots him out of the tree.
That's right. So it's just they are quite literally everywhere.
Yes.
So they have no strategic advantage. They have to get out as fast as possible.
Think how fucking impressive that is. The guy managed to sneak into their camp and climb up that tree, and they didn't even notice.
Yeah, well, not only that, but I think that's happening during all the chaos, because you got to remember too, when all this is going on, the people were getting hit left and right, getting tackled, and he probably took the time to climb up the tree and just pop people when he could.
That's fair.
Yeah,
he could have.
Especially when they kept turning the directions the arrows were coming from, and then they would attack from another. So they were just discombobulated.
Blind spots everywhere. Yeah. But these guys went ham on them, and like we said, about 12 guys make it to the boats. They do have a bunch of furs with them. It did not help that the boat was docked across some water. So they had to go through this waist-deep water to get to the boat, which slowed them down greatly.
Right.
A bunch of them get killed trying to climb into this boat. But they managed to get away. Before they get away, though, there's this one shot of a guy in their camp who's kind of just out of it. And he just walks over and shoots a horse in the head.
I was so confused, too. I was like, what did the horse do?
I think that guy killed the horse just so the Ree couldn't have it.
What about the other two horses?
That's what she said, too.
Well, they only have, the
also,
single shot
It's
muskets.
a single it's a muzzle loader. I'll say, once you
know
blow the
guns.
one shot, you have to, very slowly load it.
He's like, I'll take one of these horses with me.
But then we got to that point. I was like, he just didn't want them to have the horse.
Etta, these are cruel men. I don't think they cared that the horse died.
But also, why did these Indians just not roll up and be like, hey, do you have my daughter, instead of slaughtering everybody?
They don't negotiate with terrorists.
They negotiate with the French, who are also terrorists.
Yeah,
in this movie.
The U.S. government is no friend to
That's fair.
Native Americans.
Yeah.
But, could have just asked first and then killed.
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have much of a conflict at that point.
What?
It's like, hi guys, excuse me, have you seen my daughter?
Maybe no.
Is she here with you guys? No? All right then. Yeah, that's no.
But this isn't the same. The daughter hasn't been snatched yet, I don't think.
Oh, you don't think so?
No, she has.
Oh, she has.
Yeah,
the daughter's gone
see,
from the jump.
Because they're looking for it's like Pokawan or Pokawa, and it's like he's the one who stole my daughter.
That's the thing that I was confused about, that I mentioned before we sat down to record. Mm-hmm. The side plot of the Ree daughter, who I don't think we ever got her name.
Yeah, we got her
Pokemon.
name. It was like
Powha.
Sorry, that was her name. Sorry.
I don't.
But
I'm
yeah,
gonna slaughter it.
I kind of missed that when I watched the movie.
yeah, that was the whole. That's why I think that's why that specific like group because you saw that guy that was leading them.
The older guy.
Yeah, I don't remember if they said his name or not, but that's why that specific group was riding around and I guess just straight up slaughtering these dudes because they were looking for his daughter. His daughter had been kidnapped.
And they didn't know they're not the ones who
Yeah.
kidnapped his daughter.
And
And
essentially, so he was the main chieftain of the Ree for that area, so that she was technically a Native American princess for that entire clan. So she's a really big deal. You know, her getting captured, it's not something you just kind of sneeze away. So they were trying their best to get her back. And like you said, historically, United States government and Native Americans have not really ever gotten along at any single point.
Ever.
So, yeah, that's another reason why they were just like, oh, look,
White men.
So
massacre.
there you have it. That's why they didn't walk in and ask.
Also, the French did help the Native Americans initially as well, even though the French aren't also good people. And this
Not these ones.
these ones.
We can
but
play
talking
back
historically.
to a single line from Pocahontas about the situation.
These white men are dangerous.
These white men are dangerous.
Yes.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, they're not supposed to be there, and like they're not supposed to be there. So when they roll up and there's a group of men where they're not supposed to be, we're not on
What do you
talking
mean they're not
terms.
supposed to be there? Because they've
It's-
been
it's-
there for
it's
like
the Ree
6
territory.
months.
It's their territory. They're not
So
supposed
why
to be
didn't
there.
they kill them beforehand?
They didn't know they were there.
They didn't know they were there. That's what Glass was for.
Yeah, that's why I'm like they're not supposed to be there. They're
Hugh
there
Glass's
hiding.
entire job was like, hey, we're going to be behind enemy lines while being undetected. That was his entire job.
Stealing their shit.
Yeah, they were stealing
So how
the
did
furs.
he become a pathfinder? That's what I. So in the original Henry Glass, like what was he just a pathfinder, and how did he get to that point? Like, was he part of the military that just?
So I don't remember reading anything about him being in the military,
Okay.
but for the sake of this story, to me, again, this is just how I took it.
Okay.
He knows the land. He knows the people.
Right.
He knows how to live off of the land.
Right.
He was hired to lead these people through the area safely.
Okay. I just wanted more backstory.
Yeah, he's
Right.
he's just the
Yeah.
expert.
This
I was
is-
like,
Yeah, he's the expert.
This is the Hollywood version of this man's story.
Right. And the expert is the one who fucked up. Mm-hmm. As you pointed out, the expert is the one who fired that shot and gave away their position to the Ree.
yeah, and doing something that they already have plenty of pelts, but they're going elk hunting.
They were also following the naked guy.
Yeah.
So they were going to find them.
You are
anyway.
absolutely correct.
Regardless,
There was no
yeah.
way out of that.
Yeah, but I'll say the
Absolutely
gunshot
right.
kind of like sped things up. It's like, oh, we're following the naked guy. Kapow! I was like, it's definitely that way.
Yeah, but the naked guy showed up, like, also before that too. Like, so either way, they were gonna get caught.
Right.
There was no way around that.
It's true.
So even if he hadn't gone hunting, naked guy was the one who screwed up initially. That kind of tipped him off. Like, all right, they're this way.
He wandered too far off from camp and probably got abducted. They tortured him and then let him loose, and then he just went sent right back to camp.
And I think right before he gets to camp is when he takes an arrow to the back
That's
or
right.
an axe to the back.
He lived his purpose. I was like, all
Right.
right, you led us right to him. Thank you. Bap.
Yes. So when they make it to the boat and they're going downriver, the whole time Fitzgerald is bitching and moaning. Well, it doesn't shut up. He almost never shuts up. We also get a few brisk uses of the N-word from Tom Hardy out of fucking nowhere.
Wait. For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, he says
Yeah,
it
that was
almost
him that
immediately.
said it.
Yeah, Tom Hardy's the one that I think he says it like 3 or 4 times, and it's
Wow.
all Tom Hardy.
I missed those.
That's why the boy
Yeah, no.
kept fighting him. That's why the
Yeah,
son
he
Hawk-
uses it
well,
a
he
lot
was
and
just
often.
throwing out all sorts of.
Yeah, that's
I
why he
didn't
kept
realize-
Yes,
up
Well,
with
he-
him.
this character is fucking heinous,
The,
Well,
the
he's
one that got
pissed.
me was the tree one. That's
Yeah.
and that's what he says every single time.
Oh, okay.
And so the Hawk's just like, bruh, I swear if you say that shit one more time.
And Leo DiCaprio was just like, shut the fuck up, please.
But DiCaprio is telling them because they want to just take the boat, just keep going downriver, and we'll get to Fort Kiowa.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
correct.
And they're flanking us. They're going to catch up with that boat.
They are going to be on all sides. We need to lose. This is what Glass is telling him.
Yeah.
We need to lose this boat, and we need to travel on foot. And Fitzgerald is telling him that is a terrible fucking idea. We're safe on this boat. We can just keep going downriver. But the captain trusts Glass. Mm-hmm. So they get off the boat. They hide the furs. Again, whole time, Fitzgerald is bitching, talking shit, And this is where he gets into Glass's face. And Glass is just sitting there next to his son. He's just polishing his rifle. He's just cleaning this musket. And Fitzgerald has a line about, "You can stop cleaning that rifle when I'm talking to you. Mm-hmm. What do you think you're doing?" And he grabs the end of the musket. And Glass has a line about...
Didn't he say, "I'm working on it"?
Yeah, and then he says he's sitting on the smart end of the rifle and he cocks the hammer back.
He says, "You need to know your place." And he's just like, "My place is on the smart end of this rifle."
And Hawk tries to say something, and this is where I had to turn on subtitles because what I was originally watching, there was no subtitles at all. Hawk tries to talk back to Fitzgerald. And
he's falling for it so hard.
He is, but he's young.
Right.
He's maybe in his late teens, if that. But this is where I had to get the subtitles because he's speaking Pawnee, and he's like, "Look, shut up. If you want to live, be quiet." And he goes, "Look, at least he heard my voice." And this is where Glass grabs the back of his neck, and he's like, "He didn't hear your fucking voice. All they see is the color of your skin, and they don't hear a goddamn thing." Mm-hmm. And Hawk is he's angry, rightfully so, but they take Glass's advice. They're going to ditch the boat. 2 guys stay on the boat to send it a little bit downriver. Then they're supposed to jump off and rejoin them. They stay on the boat, and they're like, "Fuck that! We're going to stay on this boat and go downriver." And Fitzgerald is like, "Smart sons of bitches." He's got this real thick country accent in this movie, and
stop.
This is where we see him for the first time. He removes his headband. Mm-hmm. He's got like a leather head cover, and you can see he's been partially scalped before.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. I didn't know if this man's was distressed from being out in the wilderness.
It's like,
I mean, but think about it.
I'm losing all my hair on this one patch. Like,
oh yeah. I'm with her.
I didn't know though. And then there was at one point he was like sawing his hair off in the middle of the woods, and I was like,
Was that him or was that the other guy?
That's a haircut.
It was him. It was Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Fitzgerald was giving himself a haircut with a knife.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
he was sawing his hair.
Because that first time we see it, it's dark.
It is.
So
yeah.
it's like, man, is this guy just fucking going bald like crazy? And then you see it in the light later on. Mm-hmm. No, this motherfucker was scalped.
Yep.
That shit is gnarly looking. But he says, the guys on the boat were smart. And it cuts to sometime later, the boat is now washed ashore. And the men who are on it are full of arrows. And the Ree have, of course, just like Glass said, flanked the boat, caught them, killed them, and they light the boat on fire.
Yep.
So now they're like, all right, we got to go back upriver. We got to find these sons of bitches. We're not going to let this go. And they're making their way over the mountain. Captain Henry is asking Glass again about his past. And Glass never responds, except for, like I mentioned earlier, at the very end of the movie, he finally responds to this. And we have the scene of Fitzgerald cutting his hair, like Etta just mentioned.
Yep.
But Glass is out in the middle of the woods by himself. I believe this is about that point. And this, before we actually get to the bear attack, this is the reason specifically that I wanted to get Sammy and Blair on this episode. Sammy unfortunately couldn't make it. She was also mauled by a bear.
His name's Isaac.
It's a cute little
bear.
Cutest little teddy bear.
Adorable little bear. But the last time Blair and Sammy were on was also about a movie about bears.
Mauling people.
Yeah. So as soon as Etta picked this, I said I need to get Sammy and Blair on this episode.
Right.
And I did not tell Blair about that connection until just now.
I mean, I kind of pieced it together. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. This is the whole reason
I
really wanted you guys to be on
people.
this episode.
Bringing around town.
Yep. So Blair picked that episode for us. The cocaine bear. This bear, no cocaine needed. Angry enough on her own. But Glass is out in the woods and he sees these 2 cubs. And before he can really react, he hears something behind him. And by the time he turns, the bear is on him. And a lot of this is in the trailers for the movie. They're like I said, the trailer gives away all the important stuff of this movie because this movie's 90% silent scenery.
Right.
But the bear attack happens. Round 1 happens. Put it that way. And this bear is throwing this man side to side, chewing on every piece it can get. And it leaves him there on the ground after this first first part of the mauling.
To check on the babies, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And he crawls a few feet. He like looks back at the bear like, all right, she's kind of a little bit further away. I can crawl a little bit. And he grabs his rifle, and the bear starts coming back, and he's aiming his rifle at the bear. And this is kind of impressive because muskets are fairly heavy, from what I understand. He one-handed fires this musket and shoots the bear and begins mauling number 2. And this is where she rips out a big chunk of his back. She bites his wrist.
And then is that where she gets his throat?
I think
too?
this is where she claws his throat.
One swipe and that's it.
Yeah. And that leads to the grossest part of the movie for me later on. And then he's laying there and he's like using his one hand she didn't chew on, and he grabs his knife. And she comes back for round number 3 and starts chewing on his chest again. And this is where he just starts stabbing the shit out of this bear. And they fall down this little embankment, and the bear is dead.
And on top of him.
Like the bear from Cocaine Bear. Mm-hmm. But the way they filmed this, of course, it's a CGI bear. But it looks really good. And they filmed him being slung around like that with a pulley system.
Okay.
So that it looked very real when he was getting thrown from tree to rock to ground. And the actor playing the bear was in a blue screen suit with a big fake bear head on.
Yeah.
I don't remember the stuntman's name. What did you say, Joe?
Was it blue screen or green screen?
He was wearing a blue screen suit. At least that's what I read online. It was blue.
Huh, I didn't know blue screen was a thing.
Maybe
green or blue screen. But what you do is you just basically just auto color the whole thing out. Anything that's on the color basically gets canceled out, and you can edit in what you need to. It just also depends on lighting, I believe. They probably use blue screen because they were in a green forest. So
that makes a lot of sense. I didn't even think about that.
So the blue
smart guy right here.
The blue would stand out a lot more versus the green background.
Brilliant.
Yep.
This is like when they were filming the original Predator movie.
Right.
The original costume was a big foam costume, and they're out in the jungle. And this is before we have all the technology we have today. This was the 80s. Mm-hmm. The costume was like almost like an orangish red color.
Yeah, it was like a like orange sherbet looking color to it. Yeah.
So they could key it out in post. Same thing here.
Nice.
And so Hugh now has this big bear on top of him that he has managed to kill, and his party comes out looking for him. The 9 remaining men, including his son Hawk, when they find him and they get the bear off of him, he is just gushing blood.
Yeah, he's thoroughly screwed over.
It is so fucking gnarly.
Like hell, even in mauling number 1, I was like the bear was like repetitively clawing into his back, so ripping apart a lot of his back muscles. So that first part where he was trying to crawl to his gun, he was using muscles that weren't there anymore, so he's straining a lot because a lot of his stuff is just ripped away where he can't mechanically do it as easily.
And in between every single attack, the bear gets real close to him, like sniffing him. Mm-hmm. And like you can see its fucking feet and those claws. Its claws are are probably longer than my fingers.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And the sad thing about him, unlike black bear claws, like we talked about in Cocaine Bear,
because it is a grizzly bear,
which are sharp, grizzly bear claws are dull. So the entire time it's forcibly ripping into him. It's not because it's sharp. It's because it's using brute force to do it. So everything, even when the swiping through the neck, that wasn't it cutting. It was ripping. Yeah,
it's like cutting a steak with a butter knife.
Right. Very, very brute force. Very visceral.
And it was effective though.
Oh yeah.
Like DiCaprio's acting here was so good. And the CGI bear, it worked. It really looked great for being a cartoon. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of that was due to the fact he was actually being slung around for real instead of doing it on a green screen post or anything.
Right.
But when they find him, they immediately try to start patching him up because Captain Henry, he mentions his father was a doctor. So he has a little bit of that trade. And he pulls out this little medical kit and he starts sewing up Glass's back. And they sew up his neck.
Well, that's after they pop his leg into place. Remember, he passes out?
Yeah, you're
right.
right.
And that's
he's
like, well, while he's out, let me do his neck real quick.
Yeah, because Captain Henry tells a couple of the guys to go out and look for, build a fire, I think he says.
And Fitzgerald's just like, we're all going to die if he keeps screaming like that.
And Fitzgerald was the first one to be like, hey, we should just do him a favor and just shoot him right now, right here.
Put him out of his misery.
And that was just a common, the entire way forward. It's like, hey, just shoot him. Hey, just shoot him. Shoot him.
You're not doing him any good by letting him suffer.
Yeah, he's just suffering. Just shoot him. Just kill him. It's like, Fitz, you okay, buddy? No.
Nothing about Fitz. Fitz
Yeah.
never had a single moment in this movie where I was like, okay, well that was a decent moment. Nothing about him.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And even the captain knew, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. But yeah, like everyone knew Fitz was bad news.
Yes. They managed to build like a gurney, and now they are carrying him across the wilderness. But problem is, from now, like for the next 30-ish minutes, DiCaprio does not have a single line of dialogue. Everything he says is,
Yeah, because the bear cut his throat open, so it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to talk when you have open wounds in your trachea.
he could try harder. He's fine.
But I like how they put the bear pelt on top of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then is it Bridges or Bridger?
Bridger.
I think it's
Bridger?
Bridger,
It
but
is
I think
Bridger.
I might have said Bridges earlier because I think the real life guy was Bridges.
Bridges, okay.
Bridger,
And
yeah.
Bridger
Will Porter's character.
gives him the claws.
Yeah, he turned it into a little necklace.
Necklace, yeah.
And when he's sitting there finishing off this necklace, it's Fitzgerald's like, those aren't yours?
Yeah, he says them bear claws don't belong to you.
No, well, they're not for me. And he stashes them in Glass's bag. But Hawk is this, no pun intended, but he's watching over his father like a hawk, making sure he's still alive. He periodically you can see him, and he'll like put his hand over his father's mouth and nose to make sure he's still breathing.
And he's just whispering things to him.
Mm-hmm.
That his wife said before, or that he said to him when he was recovering from
When
the fire.
he was
Yes.
nursing him
So
from when
as
he
long
was
as you're
burned.
still breathing, you still have to
You
fight.
still have to fight, yep.
But they're trying to climb up over the mountain, and they get to a point where they can no longer go while carrying Glass.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, look, Captain, we really need to put this man out of his misery right now.
Fitzgerald front and center is like, "Come on, Captain, let's go."
And the captain, for a second, is like, he's like, Hugh, I'm sorry. And put something over his eyes, and he's going to shoot him. And you can hear Hawk being like, Captain, please don't
Yeah,
do
Hawk
this.
is losing his mind.
Flipping the fuck out.
Hugh is also completely conscious during this when he's just like, all right, put something over, because his eyes are open and he's just like, I'm sorry, and he's grunting in protest, just like, oh god, they're about to fucking shoot me. And he's like, well, cover his eyes up.
I can't look at him while I kill him. But the captain comes to his senses, and he's like, look, we're only alive because of this man. I can't kill him. So we need, I think he says 2 to 3 men
Yes, 2 to 3 men
to stay behind and watch him.
Yep, and then Hawk and Bridger were the first to like immediately hop up and it's like, well, this is all well and good, but we can't have 2 boys do this. We need an actual man that more or less take care of them.
And as soon as Fitzgerald was like, I'll do it, I was like, oh, you snaky son of a bitch.
He said $70 per man who stays.
Yes.
The captain did.
Yep.
And then I think Bridgers was just like, I don't even want the money. And Hawk's like, neither do I. And then I don't think anybody else volunteered. And then he said $100. And that's when Fitzgerald was, and then the 2 boys were just like, whoever can have it. So it was like $300 on the table. And Fitzgerald was just like, well, I guess I'll do it.
Oh yeah. He was like $300.
And then what was $300? And I mean, it was enough to travel to Texas and get a homestead, because that's all Fitzgerald cared about.
Shit, $300. I'll do it for $300.
But that was a good amount of money for back then.
A lot of money.
So,
I'll do it.
sorry, I'm looking up how much $300 would be.
$300.
Not back then.
So, $300 in make-believe 1823 money, in today's real money, is just over $9,000.
Oh my god.
For 2 days, all he has to do is babysit for 2 days,
yeah.
and he makes $9,000.
And the one guy is like 90% probably gonna die anyway.
Yeah.
And he says if he dies, naturally, you give him a proper burial.
Right.
And even then, he's like, all right, like, look at your Fitz. I say it's got to be
Natural.
natural. Yeah. and Fitz is like, oh, I heard it the first time,
I got it, Captain. Don't you worry about a thing.
All natural gunpowder.
Magnesium sulfur.
When they were trying to get this sled up, the gurney, it lands on one of the guy's foot, and when Fitzgerald walks away from the captain, you can hear him in the background asking that guy, are you hurt? You okay, buddy?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fine. But one of these guys in the group is Lucas Haas, as I mentioned earlier. I did not recognize him with all the hair and dirt on his face.
It's okay.
It's always the seagull eyebrows.
I couldn't see Tom Hardy's lips either. I would have known immediately.
Oh yeah, you called him Mr. Lips.
What a. Never mind.
Oh,
Moving
yeah.
on.
Say it.
Mr. Lips. Don't be afraid to dream bigger, darling. Yeah, that was best line he had in Inception. So they're going to stay behind while the rest of the group travel back to the fort, and then they're going to resupply, and I think he said get more men and come back and get them in Glass. And when we're sitting around their little camp, I think this is where we get the backstory of what happened to Fitzgerald's scalp.
Mm-hmm.
And
because Bridges is like, hey, can you tell me what happened to your scalp? And then Fitzgerald just kind of like side-eyed him. He's like, hey, I'm just curious. So finally Fitzgerald's like, fuck it, we're here. It's like, all right, cool, I'll tell you. And then it broke it down to like a really grisly scene of how he got scalped alive and how it didn't feel it at first. And then halfway through it, then he felt the pain.
Because he mentions when the blood started coming down into my eyes,
Yeah,
and then I
started choking on.
Yeah.
And then the whole time Bridges is actually like doing like a little swirl on a canteen. He stops like, could you just stop? Could you just stop doing whatever you're doing with the metal?
I do love, again, Tom Hardy's acting is great in this movie.
Yeah.
He's telling this really gruesome story, and then and it's very calm and almost polite the way he says, hey, could you just knock off that noise? Could you just stop? Because he's scraping a rock against the canteen.
Yeah.
And we get a really tight close-up on this canteen. You can see he drew like a swirl pattern on it. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a bit of a MacGuffin later in the movie.
A smoking gun even.
Chekhov's canteen.
Yeah.
I had a small thought during the scraping scene, because he did mention that he remembered the sound or the feeling of the blade scraping against his skull. So I think that scraping sounds trigger him.
Absolutely.
And that's why he was like, stop scraping the can.
Hey, I'm talking about this thing that happened to my head, and it sounded an awful like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Did you knock that off for me, kid?
Oh,
I'm having
I
some
didn't
PTSD
think about
flashbacks.
that.
I also did not think about that. Jeremy
like
has an
knife against
excellent point.
bone, yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
he said it. I think he said he remembers the sound of it.
Yep, he absolutely
Or
did.
the feeling of it.
And this is where you get a really good shot, because it's very well lit here, of what his fucking head looks like. And it's like maybe, I don't know, what would you say, like a third of his scalp?
Yeah, a third's a good. Yeah,
it's
right. A
sort
third
of
of his
like-
scalp is just
right
like,
above
scarred
his
up.
left ear.
Yeah.
And you can just see, like,
And yeah.
oh, dude, it's so gross looking.
Terrible scar.
Gnarly.
Yes. The captain and the other men are making their way back. This is very, very out of order, because we keep jumping back and forth between the Ree who are chasing them a little bit, the captain and the other men, and Glass and Fitzgerald, Hawk, and Bridges. But the captain and the men make it back to the base, the fort, and while we are at the campsite, I guess, where they're watching Glass, Porter is out fishing. Hawk is, I think, out collecting wood, or he's hunting. And Glass has been left alone with Fitzgerald.
I thought Hawk was with Fitzgerald. Or did he come walking back up after?
I think he comes walking
That's
back
true.
up.
He comes walking
Yeah,
back
they're
up. You're right.
like both Bridgers and Hawk are out kind of doing their
That's
own
right,
thing.
because
Yeah.
And then
Fitzgerald and-
honestly, Bridges is just kind of fucking about in the water for way too long. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm getting the water. It's like,
But also,
all day.
But also, this movie looks so fucking cold. We see people in the water so
Yeah,
often.
I'll say, in any other circumstance, like, hey, I'm knee deep in ice cold glacier water. It's like, I'm going to get frostbite if I don't dry this off. Like, nah, it's fine.
There's so many scenes in this movie I was like, that's hypothermia?
Yeah.
That's hypothermia? That's hypothermia? I'm sorry, Etta, what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
This is when Fitzgerald has that scene with Glass about just blink.
Yeah, because he's like, look, we're going to die out here for you.
Yeah.
Think about your boy.
Also, can I say something before we continue? Because
Yeah.
I feel like it needs to be said. So far, everything we've seen with Fitzgerald, it's shown that he's very impulsive when it comes to his thoughts. Anything that comes to his mind, right there, forefront. He's got to say it. He's got to do it. And this is no exception here. You can see him. He's sitting there, and he's amping himself up, and he's revving himself up, and he's finally like, all right, I've had enough. Like, we're going to die here, Hawk. I'll say, excuse me, we're going to die here, Glass. Say, and you know it. I'll say, your boy's going to die. I'm going to die. Bridges is going to die. I'll say, we're dying for you. And you know it's wrong. You know it's wrong. And unfortunately, Leonardo DiCaprio as Hugh Glass can't say anything because he can't speak. He can barely move. So he sets him up with a really terrible ultimatum. Like, look,
Let's make a deal.
I was like, let's make a deal. If you blink once, you're giving me permission to kill you so we can get the hell out of here. I can get paid and we can save your son.
I can say the Lord's Prayer for you. I know it.
Yeah.
I can do it for you.
Sitting there, and then, like, poor DiCaprio Glass is just trying his best not to blink in this cold, dry winter air. And finally, it's one painful boom. It's like, all right, well, that's all the permission I needed, and proceeds to try and choke him to death.
Because he mentions that he doesn't say smother.
Muzzle
him. Mm-hmm. And he's like, it can make you go quick, and it'll look natural.
Because Glass starts, this is when he starts grunting a little bit. Not as later
Visceral,
ones, but
yeah.
he does he's trying to whisper something, but he can't form words.
Bitch ass.
Right? Literally. And he's like, I can muzzle you.
And he puts a cloth in his mouth and he starts to smother him, and he's saying the Lord's Prayer.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where Hawk walks up, and Hawk is screaming for Bridges, and Fitzgerald keeps saying, look, you don't understand. We had a deal. We had an arrangement. And this falls back to what Glass told his son earlier. If you want to stay alive, be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But he's shouting. He will not listen to Fitzgerald. He doesn't trust him, rightfully so. And Fitzgerald kills this boy. He stabs him right in the belly with his knife, and DiCaprio is doing what little he can to get up. He's straining so hard and almost screaming for what the neck wound.
As well as he can scream, like I said, open neck wound,
Yeah.
and then his back is eviscerated, so he can barely move. He's doing what he can.
Yes,
but
and he has to helplessly watch as this man kills his child. And right before this whole scene actually happened, we could see Fitzgerald digging a grave.
Yeah. Just no one questioned it, just casually digging a very shallow grave.
And I was confused at first because it pans from there and then it pans to the fire, and then Jeremy's like, or did I ask, was he digging?
You were just like, was he
digging in the grave, or was he digging the fire pit?
I was like, no, he's digging a grave. That is a grave.
Yeah, and then he's like, no, that's a grave.
Yeah.
Also, was it mentioned Fitzgerald was a previous enlisted officer in the Army before he signed up with his fur trading? Because he does a technique he does time and time again when someone points the long gun at him, and he makes sure he gets as close as he can to the long gun, and he grabs it, slaps it, and then pulls it, like, reverses it on them, beats them with it, whatever. But he does his move over and over again. So I want to say a lot of military training has pretty much taught him how to kind of talk someone down who's nervous with a firearm, which is a lot of people.
He's not dumb.
Yeah.
But like you said a few minutes ago, he's very impulsive.
Right.
Some fucking Ritalin would do this man some good. And he would sit down and think for a few minutes before he acted.
Mm-hmm.
But you're absolutely right. When people are pointing that gun at him, he plays kind of dumb, and he lets them get very close so he can grab it. He does it to Bridges, and he does it to somebody else.
He did it to Hawk, too, because Hawk had a gun on him, and he was screaming for Bridges, and that's when he waited for Hawk to get distracted enough, and then he took it from him, and he beat him with it, and then he was able to pin him against a tree and stab him with his own knife.
Yeah.
I don't think he's military because he was not showing that captain or lieutenant? Captain, any ounce of respect. He was not listening to him. Like, I understand there could still be, but he wasn't acting.
Well, not only that, but you also heard, like, before, it's like, well, I wish my daddy was a doctor. I could have all the money in the world.
He is prior service, because at the end, I think he said he's going to go re-enlist.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think you're right.
But even
in
though,
real life, he was.
And in, like, even though his captain was his SO there, he didn't respect him because, daddy's money, that kind of thing. He came up from poverty.
He bought that rank.
Yeah.
It's how the way Fitzgerald sees it.
That's why he doesn't respect him.
Also, most enlisted don't like officers.
I know. Yeah, you're right.
They do not like them.
You're right.
Because they're just like, you're in charge, but you are the least experienced.
Yeah.
Makes
sense.
A really good example of that, a fictional example, but an example. The movie Aliens. The guy in charge, I want to say his name was Corman. They're like, how many drops is this for you? And he says something like 35 simulated. While the guys he's leading, the Marines he's in charge of, have done countless drops. In the shot where they're dropping down, you can see the guy Corman. He's like in his chair, like shaking, and he like looks so stressed out. While one of the other Marines is just asleep
Right.
because it's not shit to them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, we don't give a fuck what this guy says. He has no experience with this. Yeah, like Jeremy just said, he's in charge.
That's
but he
fair.
doesn't know shit.
Tom Hardy should have been like, "Do you think you're in charge here?" He put his fucking hand on his neck.
Oh, yeah.
Hell, didn't he?
That was just 2 years before.
He tried it. He didn't directly challenge his authority, but he got up in his face and kind of like, oh, okay, doctor's boy. He's like, try me.
I think when they
If you
were,
desire.
I don't know if that's when they were talking about whether they should be on the boat or not, because he was hellbent about that boat. He's
Yes.
like, "Why are we getting off this damn boat?"
We should really stay on the boat.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Is like I guess with Fitzgerald's past experience, also with the Native Americans, as grim as it may be, he really wanted to lead the charge because he felt and he had the most experience. Unfortunately, he didn't get that role, and it was killing him. Especially considering the fact Glass, had his son was half Pawnee, half white, which also was killing him. Like deeply.
And they didn't even care about that half white part.
Yeah.
They cared that he wasn't 100%
Exactly.
white, which is why Fitzgerald really didn't
I
like
was
him.
like, if you ain't white, you ain't red.
That's life.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah, that's accurate to this day.
Them real world examples.
Yeah, people are terrible.
Which I believe the director himself, like he made a lot of the blatant discrimination so aggressively blatant because he wanted to reflect how he felt being treated in this country. But I thought, like, actually, no, that checks. That's a really good point of contention because you can actually illustrate that so well because you've been on the receiving end of it.
Our director here, Alejandro, is from Mexico, actually. Mm-hmm. And we didn't talk about it at the beginning. I kind of messed up, but I'm not familiar with most of his work. But he did direct the 2014 movie Birdman with Michael Keaton.
Are you flipping me off?
No, that's my pointer finger.
We're in the middle of recording. What are you? Okay. Okay,
That's
Michael.
so rude. Stop it.
I walk into a room where Erica and the dogs are, and I'll just go, you get one, and you get one, and you get one.
The worst man.
Wow.
But yeah, he directed Birdman with Michael Keaton the year before he did this movie, which there's a really good, again, practical wire work. There's a shot where Michael Keaton is like flying down to the street, like he's wearing a brown raincoat, and he's like just coming down to the street level. And he's on wires, and when he hits the ground, there are people walking on the street. You can see a guy walk right behind him, and that guy disconnects the cable from behind his back and allows him to walk into a building smooth. It's smooth. There's no cut.
Damn.
Yes.
You got to love good like Hollywood magic like that.
Oh yeah, this director is great with the practical effects. Mm-hmm. But now we have a dead kid.
That he just drags off
Yep.
and tosses him behind a tree.
Yeah, he discards this kid like garbage.
Yeah, but it's just again, you had no respect for him because of his past relationship with the Native Americans and his pre-scalp state. To him, he don't give a shit if it's Pawnee, Ree, Sioux,
All
what
he cares
have
about
you.
is Fitzgerald.
Exactly. And then Hawk was an obstacle in Fitzgerald's way to getting $300 so he can get a ranch in Texas, and he's getting that money. He don't care how.
I think it was. He already had the money. Mm-hmm. They said they didn't want their share of the money, but he didn't want to be there watching Glass.
Right.
Yeah,
He's like, this guy's gonna fucking die. Why are we babysitting him? Mm-hmm. I can take care of this real quick.
well, like I said,
Oh, the kid's being noisy. He's gonna lead people to us. We'll go ahead and kill this kid.
which is what I kind of said what I did in the beginning because he always had it like clearly he had it out for Glass when they had that first altercation when Glass pointed the gun at him and said, "I'm on the smart side of this rifle." The moment like Glass was down and out, like, he's like, "Oh, we should just kill him right now." And like that's when even the captain was hesitant at giving him like, "Hey, you can stay here with these two boys and watch over Glass," because he's like, "Do I trust this man to actually keep Glass alive?" And then but no one else is volunteering. Is like, I don't have a choice here.
That's why the captain was very specific. Mm-hmm. You're gonna stay with him until he dies naturally. Then he does like a slap the cheek, like, "Hey, look at me." Naturally.
I hear you. And Fitzgerald walks off. But yeah,
Not being able to breathe is natural. He was about to muzzle this motherfucker. But when Bridges comes back, we keep saying Bridges or Bridger.
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 It's Bridger.
Bridger.
You've also called him. What's his actor name?
Will
Will
Poulter.
Poulter.
Yeah.
Yep.
The listeners are hella confused.
I know. Also, joke, a friend of mine who listens to the show regularly and talks to me about it, Mike.
Shout out.
Shout out to Mike. They're about to smother the man, right? And they kill this kid. But so Bridger comes back, And again, Glass can't let him know, hey, this motherfucker just killed my son. And he's calling for Hawk, and Fitzgerald, very, very cleverly, oh, he's not with you? I haven't seen him. And I believe this is where we cut to that night. Or the next morning.
It's early next morning, and Fitzgerald is shaking Bridgers awake, and he's like, hey, I saw some Pawnee? No, not
The
Ree.
Ree.
He says he saw 20 Ree.
20 Ree.
Down by the creek.
Yep.
And they need to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Mm-hmm. But they probably already got Hawk.
Yeah, that's what he says about Hawk.
Yep.
He has a really cold line here, because he's taking Glass's rifle, and Bridger's like, "You can't take it; it's his rifle." And he goes, "It's not going to do him any good if you tart it to his hand."
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. He can't load it. He did load it in a really, really cool way before he was mauled.
Mm-hmm.
It was right at the beginning when they're attacked. He puts the gunpowder in his mouth, and then he just spits it into the muzzle of the gun.
Did he put the powder in his mouth, or was it the bullet?
I think it was the shot itself, because he was able to count how many shots he needs to put into the gun. He put the powder in first. He put the pellets in his mouth,
right.
counted them out, and then put them in the barrel.
You're absolutely right. It was the pellets, not the powder.
Yeah. Because imagine gunpowder in your mouth.
Yeah, he'd be walking around like when people put tar on not tar, when they put charcoal on their teeth. He'd be walking around the rest of the movie with black teeth.
Oh, imagine those spitting scenes.
Ugh. Yeah, because when Hawk is getting murdered, he's just like spitting and it's running down his face and in his beard.
Yeah.
And it's really gross. There's a lot of beard, spit, and boogers in this movie.
That are congealed on their
or frozen to their face.
Yeah, I didn't want to think about it. I was like, oh, they got snowed on. Beautiful.
It's snow. It's snow.
It's
just
snow.
snow. It's okay.
Why is it off color snow? What's happening here?
But Fitzgerald is telling Bridger, hey, we need to dip. They probably already got Hawk. We don't need to die. We can't bring him with us. He's practically dead already. Bridger does not like this idea.
And he refuses. And so Fitzgerald's just like, all right, we'll bring him. And he just grabs Glass and just starts dragging him.
Because Bridger says, Captain said we were supposed to give him a proper burial.
Yeah.
And he's, all right, fine, you want to give him a burial? And he drags this man on his back to the little shallow grave, and he just starts throwing this dirt on him. like it's about as effective as when Will Ferrell, I think, is trying to bury John C. Reilly in Step Brothers. When he digs that hole in the backyard.
Right?
I'm not dead. And he goes, shut up. and Bridger feels really bad, but they leave him there.
But he puts
With the
water canteen
with the
on
canteen.
top of Glass.
Yes, with the swirl.
With the swirl.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Which, oddly enough, we know Glass likes the swirl. Because his wife was Pawnee. Shout out to interracial relationships.
We're all in them.
We're all in them.
Yeah.
You just lost half your viewership. No, I'm kidding.
Stop. We'll make you go.
Not on
Hey.
my podcast.
Goodbye. We don't miss you anyway.
Hey, I know Mike's still there. Shout out to Mike.
Shout out.
Hey.
Shut it back.
I told him at work, I was like, we're going to just do an episode where we're just like talking to you. Like, so Mike, at this point, the guy...
You can catch him. He's gonna be like high. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They're talking to me.
Oh my God.
Oh, this one hits different.
So they leave Glass there. I think for the sake of the conversation, we should just talk about what happens with Fitz and Bridger until they get back to the fort, because there's a lot of jumping around here
There's
between.
back and forth,
Yeah, there's so much back and forth. But if we just, after they leave Glass there, they have a scene at a small campfire, and Fitzgerald's telling him, look, you don't got to feel guilty about it. He was going to die anyway. Besides, we don't want to get caught by a dozen Ree. And Bridger's like, hold on a second. You said it was 20. 20, it doesn't. What's it matter? He's like, you lied. What were you doing down by the creek anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Because they had water.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said, I got water before, so what were you doing down there? Yeah.
And he just owns up to it. He goes, yeah, I lied. And he snatches the gun from him. And this is one of the many times I think Bridger gets smacked in the face with the butt of a rifle. And, oh, God, I don't remember exactly what he says to him, but right before he puts the gun in his face and he pulls the trigger, the gun wasn't even loaded. And he tells him, you're fucking lucky. And then he just, like, he
akin himself to divinity. He's like, in this moment, I say, I am your God. I was saying, I could choose to save you or I could choose to smite you. And he was going to straight kill that kid.
Yep.
And unfortunately, the gun was not loaded. And he's like, you lucky son of a bitch. And he proceeded to throw the rifle at him. And it's like, all right. It's like, next time you try to shoot somebody, make sure you actually have it loaded. Now, come on, let's go. And then they march out of there.
He just, like, shuts it off.
Yeah.
Like, he goes from being an absolute psychopath to, all right, come on, grab your stuff, let's go. Like, that didn't just happen.
The true mark of a psychopath.
Yes.
It's always there.
Yeah.
Right beneath the surface.
And then they his isn't even right beneath the surface. His is just there. Fitzgerald is crazy.
Yeah, there's no thin fail here. He's like, oh, this is the crazy guy.
Yeah.
He can fight good, but he is crazy.
And they come across a burned out village. Much like Glass's past. Mm-hmm. There's some pigs running around, a whole bunch of dead
I want to say it's the Pawnee, because in a later episode, he's like, remember he runs into that other Pawnee?
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, they killed my entire village.
Yeah, he was attacked by the Ree.
I'm trying to find a new home. Yeah.
That might be the same people. Mm-hmm. There's one person still alive. She's kind of just...
older lady.
Yeah, and she's hiding in a...
tent, teepee.
Wigwam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's hiding inside one of the
yeah.
things they lived in. I don't remember what it was.
Bridger bends down and puts
he leaves her some
down.
food, yeah. But also when they're walking through, Fitzgerald has that comment of, they're not as dead as you think they are. Keep an eye on them. This is when they like to, a little sneak attack. But there's all these pigs running around, and you can hear Fitzgerald say, he found some horses. Bridger's like, what do you want to do about the pigs? And we have a little scene of them at night eating one of the pigs, and Fitzgerald tells this absolutely insane story about his dad. And he says, his dad liked to go hunting with his friends, and they went out, and his dad got lost. He was starving, and he was out in the middle of an open field where there was just a little bunch of trees, and he said he climbed up that tree, and he found God. And God was a squirrel. And he said he looked that squirrel in the eye, and he killed it and ate it. And his father was just as crazy as he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like how he said how he didn't believe anything if he couldn't grow it,
or kill it and eat it.
Or touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his dad sure ate that squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
Fat little squirrel. And the whole time, Bridger is just looking at him like, this motherfucker's going to kill me in my sleep? I need to get the fuck out of here.
I was like, still shitting his pants from the fact like a day before, like he tried to actually blow his head off. And it's like, here, you want some pig meat, son? Anyway, let me tell you about my time my dad, oh God. Like,
never mind that, we left our friend for dead.
Yeah, exactly.
I put a rifle in your face.
Like everything else going on. And it's just like, oh man, I cannot wait to get back to civilization because this man is going to kill me.
Because crazy runs in my family line.
I'm going to tell you a story to prove it.
Also, that pig meat was in the fire, and that man just took it in his hands and ate it.
Yeah, he just plopped... It's because it's on a stick, and he just plops it in Bridger's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jeremy's like, it's real cold. I was like, I don't...
It's wild cold out there. Like, the whole time they were out there, I was like, I would have already died from how cold it was. They'd be like, what happened to Jeremy? He has not moved since, like, earlier when we sat down. Like,
he just...
Jeremy died.
He just laid down and shut off.
Yep. Like, he died.
And then, like Etta was saying, he cooked that pork over the fire for not a lot of time before they just started eating what is essentially mostly raw pork. And it's like...
Well, to be fair, when we cut into the scene, it's already over the fire.
That's true.
Yeah. This is also 1800s pig times. This isn't,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the psychopath with half his scalp gone doesn't care about parasites.
Yeah,
he's probably just happy to kill something.
Yeah.
Nowadays, pigs is way sicker than the old pigs used to be. These
I'm
are more healthy.
I'm sure that's what it is.
Fitzgerald was like Major Payne.
Yeah.
I just need to kill something.
Reason 264, not to eat pork.
Only 264?
That's all you got?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm adding to it.
You talk to the right people.
265 is they don't properly clean the meat before they ship it out. So most pig meat's covered in its own feces.
That's probably any meat.
You remember I told you
a
couple of my cousins were working at the
Yeah, the
plant. And they they went to work there for like a day or two, and boom, they no longer eat pork, just like that. I think same for chicken processing.
Most processed meats that go in the grocery stores aren't properly cleaned before they actually ship them out. They don't care. It's like
shout out to the FDA.
Shout out to the FDA. Didn't they get dismantled or something?
Mostly.
No,
mostly
it's not
dismantled.
FDA. It's USDA.
Oh yeah.
But
that's
a
right.
lot of those regulations got.
Because when I worked in a turkey plant years ago, we had to deal with USDA all the time.
Do you eat turkey?
Yeah.
Do you like turkey still?
Turkey good.
Did you abandon turkey for a while?
No.
Because they did it right where he worked.
No, not at all.
Did you call
It's 'cause
turkey?
it's because I'm stubborn and petty.
Did you call turkey back?
I call turkey back.
Did you mail it flowers?
Me and turkey broke up
Did you disrespect her?
every day.
Tell me to disrespect her.
I worked there for 9 years. I
Are you
disrespect her every
crazy
day.
like Fitzgerald?
Well, you guys know I am. I'm absolutely insane.
Not that crazy.
Give you a nice haircut.
Little haircut.
Oh, damn it. God's in the tree again. Wife, get the gun.
That poor bastard. That religious indoctrination and that dad's crazy really got him.
My dad was crazy. But also, I did see a bunch of little god squirrels in my yard the other day looking for nuts, and they were driving me nuts.
Did you want to climb a tree and
Just-
eat one?
I want to eat them. I want to turn them into a hat.
Wait,
good.
he was wearing. Well, we'll get to that.
That wasn't him. That was the other guy.
Say, do you want to know how I got
it
these
was
squirrels?
at the end when they had their double down, and he was
Oh, yeah.
wearing. I don't know what animal he was wearing though.
Oh, but it was a really... Blair just made a really funny joke about...
What? Sorry.
But no, you're good.
Redo it.
No, but no, it was just fucking Fitzgerald be like, you want to know how I got this scar?
Yeah.
Stop.
Because he's had the whole
Isn't that the next movie?
the whole dad thing with like Joker in the Dark Knight.
No, at this point, this movie's 2015. The Dark Knight Rises with Tom Hardy came
No,
out 3
I'm
years
saying
before.
In our order, isn't the Joker coming up?
I believe that is our next movie, actually.
Look at you.
Also, while you're paying attention, the joke was, do you want to know how I got these squirrels? My father was a hunter.
You're so good at that.
Also, you can't forget
Yeah, the mouth noises.
he was really good at it. And then one day he got separated. And his friends, they abandoned him. And then he was really hungry. And it's okay. Shh. He found a tree.
Oh my God, Blair.
He climbed the tree. And then in the tree he found God. And God was a really big, plump, juicy squirrel. But don't worry. What he did with God, he shot God.
Oh my God.
He ate God, and then he had me.
Hey Blair,
Yeah.
don't do drugs.
But why?
But you know what's... The whole time you were doing that, all I could think was his Bane voice.
Oh God, Tom.
I was born into the squirrel.
It's like my father. He found a squirrel. He called it God.
So,
Are there any other Batman? We have to do Batman. Jeremy, do Batman.
Do Batman.
Perfect. A+.
All you have to just say is squirrel.
I'm Squirrel Man.
Where is it?
Oh my gosh. So,
Where's the nuts? I know they're here.
Anyway,
We
moving on.
we are sidetracking hard. Yes, let's circle back.
You guys are crazy people.
How you
One-
doing, Mike?
one...
How are we doing?
Mike, did you enjoy that? So we have
Michael.
one actor in this movie who was in a Batman movie, and we're taking it for a fucking walk. So he tells this absolutely insane story about eating the squirrel, and they make it back to the fort.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is stretched out through multiple different scenes and cuts between them, Glass, and the captain and the other men. So at this point, Glass is still on the makeshift stretcher. I'm sorry, he's in the
No,
hole.
he's
He's
in
in the
the
hole.
grave,
He's
yeah.
in the grave. You're right.
And he lifts up his hand, and does he open the water canteen?
I don't think at this point,
Okay.
At this
but
point,
you can just see the chunks of
I didn't
skin.
realize
like,
how fucked up his
it's
hands
gnarled
were.
as hell.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! It's like you can almost see his knuckle bones,
Mm-hmm.
and he crawls and he finds Hawk's body, which is like Etta mentioned earlier, has been discarded, like behind a dumpster.
Yeah, it's just And poor thing's like not even buried, not even well hidden, nothing. But his eyes are still open. Just
He literally just threw him behind a tree.
yeah, it's just treating him like garbage. And then the sad thing is, the reason why he got Bridger up so quickly in the morning was because when Bridger came back, it was pretty much dark, so he couldn't see the corpse. And in the morning, he wanted to get him out of there, so he couldn't see the corpse.
And he was taking him away.
Yeah, so he's getting
the
away
other direction.
as fast as possible. He's like, "Oh shit, Hawk is dead. He's been stabbed to death."
Yeah, so he lays. He told him that he wasn't going to leave him. and
Yeah,
he
it's very
lays-
sweet.
Yeah.
He puts, I don't know what it was, but it looked like almost like moss.
It was moss
Yeah.
in his mouth, which I don't know what was significant of. But is that how, when the Ree come through and they find his body, that they knew he was Pawnee?
I think it's one of those things where different groups of people can just tell, like,
Okay.
you know, I'm from this group, you're from this.
Because I wonder if that was just a Pawnee, like, burial practice.
Maybe there's a scene like this in well, not like this, but there's a scene, like, to go with your question, in the movie Hotel Rwanda.
Mm-hmm.
Joaquin Phoenix's character is talking to these two women, and one of them is from Rwanda and one of them is from a neighboring nation, and they're playing off of, yeah, well, we can tell each other apart, but he's looking at them and he goes, you guys, I can't see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it might play into that, maybe?
I got you. I was just wondering, because they, like, uncovered, like, a part of his face, and they're like, oh, yeah, he's Pawnee. And I'm like, how?
I don't know, but they did very quickly realize, no, he's Pawnee, because they show up, I think, like, the next day.
Yeah,
It wasn't very long.
it was
though.
after Glass
Yeah.
left.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Well, didn't they come when he was...
no, because Glass had already left at this point.
Yeah, he'd already
okay.
crawled away.
I gotcha.
He grabs the bag with the bear claws,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Grabs the
The
bear
cant-
pelt.
the bear pelt, and he spends a lot of the movie in that bear pelt. He grabs the canteen from Bridger. I don't think he grabs anything else, because they took the weapons. He doesn't have any kind of weapon on him.
Yeah, all he had was the bear pelt, the canteen, and whatever little clothes, the like tattered clothes he did have on his person, and then he proceeded to crawl.
He
Yes.
leaves
Quite literally.
one of the rags around his head. He leaves it in the grave, and I think he grabs another one to put around his head.
Okay, maybe. I remember, because they find...
They found the bloodied one.
right, because they
in the
smell
grave.
it, and they're like... oh,
It's fresh.
blood.
Yeah.
But he
goes to the water, right?
goes to the water, but it was when he was crawling around here where I thought, like, his ankle or foot was broken.
Mm-hmm.
Because his boot was partially off his leg.
Yeah, it made the camera made a point to emphasize on his boot being sideways while he's dragging.
Yeah, and I was like, God damn, did he break his foot?
Well,
but it was just his
remember,
boot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
They
it was
did
just partially
pop
off.
one of his legs.
They absolutely
and-
did.
Yeah.
Also, this is another great part when he's laying over Hawk's body, because dead kid. But no, I'm kidding. Sorry to the actor who plays Hawk. He's laying there before he falls asleep, and you can see his breath on the camera lens.
Yeah.
There was another part like that earlier in the movie when they first get off the boat and Tom Hardy is bitching about the pelts and he's got the pelts on his back. At one point, he swings the pelts over his back and he turns and you can see he bumps the camera.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I like that they didn't take it out.
Right.
I kind of... It worked.
I mean,
Yeah.
it adds to the setting and everything. It feels very natural because it's like, oh, sorry, I'm in the way. My bad. You, like me, as the viewer's in the way, and it brings you into the action.
Yes.
It's really good.
Also, it's almost like breaking the fourth wall
Yeah,
in a way. I just looked up the actor who plays Hawk. This man has a fucking awesome name. His name is Forrest Goodluck.
hell yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That is baller. But Glass crawls away. Unfortunately, has to leave his son. Can't even bury him. He goes down to the river, and this is the part of the movie that really grossed me out. He drinks some of the water, and he rips the stitches open in his neck. And blood starts coming out of his neck. He starts spitting out of his mouth. And he takes some gunpowder, and he puts that gunpowder on his throat.
He puts grass there first, though. Didn't he?
No,
I thought he used the grass for the fire.
he used the grass
Yeah.
for the
Oh,
fire.
okay.
He used the
I thought he was
going
going to do that, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, please don't put glass, or don't stuff your neck with grass.
Come
Please
on,
don't.
Glass,
I
don't put
want
That
grass
makes
in your
more
neck.
sense. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But when he drank and you could see the stitches rip open, I was like, I can't do it.
That's the part that got you.
That's the part that got me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like body gore.
Yeah, not the bear mauling. That didn't get him.
No, that didn't get me at all because it was mostly covered by clothing. I couldn't see the gross stuff. But he makes this small fire because they left his bag with his like rifle supplies. Mm-hmm. So he uses some of the gunpowder and the flint, makes a little fire. But he makes this little tiny torch out of some grass and a stick, and he puts it to his throat, and it just explodes a little bit, and he passes out from the pain.
Yeah, he cauterizes his open neck wound.
Yeah, very smart. This man is determined to live.
He's a born survivor.
Yes.
I'll say that's literally how he got the job as a Pathfinder. It's like, hey, what happened to you? My entire family is dead. I've gotten this far so far by just surviving and knowing what to do in every situation. But I was telling Sammy when we watched it last night, it reminded me of a scene from, I can't remember which Rambo movie it was, but something happened very similar to Rambo, Sylvester Stallone, where he had a opening wound in his like his hip/abdomen area, and it was from front to back all the way through. Well, then same thing, he had to cauterize it, otherwise he's going to bleed to death. He filled the entire wound with gunpowder, lit it, and it burnt all of it shut, very painfully, but it stopped him bleeding.
I want to say that was the first Rambo movie when he's in that mine.
Okay,
When he spends the rest of that movie with a tarp on as a coat.
I'm talking about the actual Rambo, not First Blood.
No, I think it was from Rambo.
I think
it was from First Blood.
Okay, was it?
I think.
I swear there's one where he was fighting in the Middle East when it was
That's
like during the
the
Afghani war.
That's the third one.
Okay. I don't know which one it's from, but I remember seeing that movie and I was like, what is he doing? And it like blew my mind watching it then.
Yeah.
And he just lights it on fire and he's just screaming. And I'm like, and my dad told me that's a young tender Blair. He's like, oh, he's cauterizing the wound.
Young tender Blair. This right here, this is my tender Blair.
Before the squirrels.
This is before he meets God in the trees.
Oh, my son is tender. But the this was so goddamn painful looking watching him explode his neck.
Well, not to mention this whole time too, like you said, this is back in the 1820s. Especially no one's washing their hands, no one's caring about bacteria, nothing like that. So he's been alive, thoroughly screwed over. I can't say. I'm trying to censor myself here.
No bother. Go ahead.
He is fucked up. Like he's got a lot of open wounds on his back. They're like barely held together by stitches.
We see a scene of his back later on.
Yeah.
Oh my, that was heinous.
He looked like he'd been pieced together by Frankenstein.
Right. I was like, well, the bear didn't leave much for the doctor to work with.
No, but there's a part where before he cooks his neck, he finds that skeleton in the woods.
Oh yeah.
And he
Was it the bear?
No. What it was?
No.
It was an old. Judging by the horns, there's an old bison skeleton.
Oh, I didn't see the horns.
Yeah.
And that's another survival technique, which you can truly do. So it's full of bone marrow.
and he pulls his little nugget out and starts sucking on it, and
Yep.
he's like, "Oh, food."
I mean, but Jeremy was saying he hasn't eaten since he got mauled.
Yeah.
So it's been a few days. He hasn't had any food,
Man, this man's starving.
but
Yeah.
he like we were saying, this man knows how to fucking stay alive.
Exactly.
So he's picking at this little piece of bone, and he pops this little piece of bone marrow out, this little nugget, and after he burns his neck, I think he's down by the water, and he starts eating some roots under some moss,
Yep.
and he sees this group of elk go by, and he's got his walking stick, and he's pretending it's a rifle, and he's looking at him. He's like, "Pew pew."
Was that then or was that later?
That's it. That's right then.
When
He wasn't walking yet, though. He was still
Yeah, but
crawling,
he
though.
still had the stick.
Yeah,
Oh.
he had that stick for quite a while, but this is where he had his little temporary camp right by the river.
Okay.
And he keeps carving Fitzgerald's name
Oh,
into his different
everywhere.
camps.
And I think Jeremy's just like, if he died, he wanted somebody to know.
Yeah, because I think the last one is where we see the full thing, and it just says Fitzgerald killed my son.
Mm-hmm.
But like when he's laying down here by the water, you can see him carving something, and I was like, is he just writing Fitzgerald's name? And then you see the full thing later. It's like,
Right.
oh,
Because you could see pieces of it.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that's what he was writing when he was first started writing it. He's probably gonna write that shit out because I was like, he's just like, if I die right fucking here and they come find my body, they're gonna know. Somebody's gonna know this man killed my son.
Or he just didn't want to forget. Because remember,
he ain't gonna forget.
But remember, he was in and out. Like we said, nobody was washing their hands. He was fighting infection. He was having fever dreams left and right.
Yeah, a lot of the flashback scenes that we get are his fever dreams,
Right.
Which we kind of just blew past them because they're so random and spread out through the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
This is also where we see his wife every single time, but he burns his neck. He found the bone marrow. He hears the Re approaching.
Mm-hmm.
And again, he's got this big bear pelt on, and he curls up in his little it's not even a cave, but it's
a little nook.
A little nook in the cliffside.
Yeah.
And then he just backs into the water, this freezing cold water, and they spot him, but he just dips into the water and floats downriver. They're shooting at him with guns, arrows, can't hit him. And earlier in the movie, we had met these Re, I believe. I think that scene already occurred where they meet the French trappers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was
want to
going
say
to mention that we skipped that scene.
led by Toussaint.
Right. I don't even... Did we ever get the name in the movie, or is that something that you can find by looking it up?
You get it in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that.
I did too.
So
That's why I have subtitles.
Yes, I also have subtitles. So the chief of the Re is like, I want 3 horses. Or maybe 5 horses.
He said 3.
He said
He said 3.
3.
Yep.
And the French guy's like, no, that wasn't the deal. You bring us pelts, we give you
Guns.
Guns and ammo.
guns and ammo. And he just keeps going, I want 3 horses. I thought he was going to kill these guys, I'm not going to lie.
Me too.
He said it.
I was like, he's just going to kill them and take the horses.
Yeah, that's what he said. If I die, y'all, we're going to get these horses.
One way or another.
One way or the other.
Look, either you're giving me the horses or I'm taking the horses.
Right.
And he just keeps saying that, I want 3 horses. And the French guy is like, no, I'm not going to do that. And they only speak French. He does have a translator who is translating it to the Re language, which Jeremy said it earlier. It starts with an A.
Arikara.
Arikara, I believe, is the language they speak.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what they're called.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I think they're called the Re by the Americans. I think the Americans call them the Re because their name is Arikara, so they just call them the Re.
Okay.
So I think it's like not necessarily a slur, but
An abbreviation.
yeah, that's what the
Less
Americans
syllables?
call them. They call them the Re.
I can't be saying that. It's too many letters. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say Re.
Yeah.
What is this? 3 syllables? Nah.
That's
1.
too much. 1.
Re.
Yeah.
Dumb it down for me and my compatriots.
But yeah, they call them because it's not like they
That's
call
3
each other.
syllables. That's 4.
It's not like they
Anyway.
call each other the Re.
Of course not.
That's what I was going to mention that earlier. I'm like, I think the Re is only a name that the Americans use,
Yeah.
but their full name is Arikara.
So this is where we get the chief explaining that someone has abducted his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs these horses to go find her because they're not going to just let his daughter go. I believe Blair phrased it earlier. She's like a princess.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably disrespectful to phrase it that way, but she's very important. The chief's daughter,
Right.
got to go save her.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's a great part here where the leader of the French camp is talking to the chief, and the chief starts speaking French. And he's looking dumbfounded. And his translator's like, I told you he could fucking speak French.
Right.
I told you that.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to get one over on this guy.
Yeah.
Because he also says that, we made a deal, you're going to honor it. And the chief's like, honor? He's like, what the fuck would you know about honor? You guys steal our land, you steal our food. What the? I'm not going to take that advice from you.
Yeah. And then he's just like, I'm going to leave the pelts out of honor, but I'm also taking the horses, and you can try and stop me if you want to.
But sorry.
And I'm just like, God damn.
Oh, this chief was hard.
Yeah, it was done. He was done at that point.
He
was
wasn't asking for horses. He was saying he's taking these horses.
Yep.
But also the French are kind of annoyed because these pelts were already pretty much spoken for, because they're already bundled up, they're already stamped. He's like, "Where you stole these pelts?" He's like, what the fuck does it matter? Pelts are pelts.
Right.
And again, you steal everything. What's it going to matter if I took some pelts from some other people? So they do give him these horses. Once he realizes that Chief can speak French, he's kind of like, okay, take the horses. And
he gave him 5 instead of the 3 he originally.
oh, okay, that's why I thought 5. And these are the same people who are on Glass's tail the entire movie.
The Re or the French?
The Chief and the Re.
The Re.
Okay.
This particular chief
Right.
with his people. and Glass washes ashore and immediately takes that bear pelt off, because I know that thing's got to be 500 pounds soaking wet.
Is that where he loses the bear pelt?
No.
He's got the bear pelt for quite a bit longer.
Okay.
But he makes a small fire. He also makes a fish trap with the rocks. And this part was so gross. He grabs a fish right out of the water and starts eating this raw fish. This shot was impressive because it looked like he grabbed a real fish out of the water. And then he just immediately bites into it.
Right.
And I would just love to see how they filmed this scene, because it looked very good. It looked great.
Some fun trivia for sure.
Smeagoled it.
They probably have a making of when you buy the Blu-ray.
And oddly enough, I just bought the Blu-ray. But he did Smeagol it. I like it when it's wiggly.
Also, to be fair, like this was his first real meal he's had since he's able like to cauterize his neck and then eat, not bone marrow, not already well dead things like with the bird and the nook. Like this is his actual. Like, this is fresh food.
This is the first life he's gotten to take.
That's right.
I killed this thing. But this immediately after this is where we get our next blatant use of CGI, because he walks us just up over the hill where he's made his little camp, and we have a herd of buffalo, and they are being attacked by wolves, and the wolves manage to drop one of the buffalo.
Did we miss the scene with the French and him taking a horse?
We're getting there.
That's
Yeah, we're
later
getting
on.
there. We're introducing the character that gets us there.
Who is my favorite character in the movie, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You're right. That's the part I don't like. Okay.
It's
Sorry.
it's pretty fucked.
Yes. But the wolves take down this one buffalo, and it cuts to that night, and Glass is awoken by the wolves' cries.
Wolves howling, wolves yowling more or
Yeah,
less.
and
It's
one runs by him while its ass is on fire, and he's like, "Interesting. Who's up there?"
Right, because that's not a natural thing.
Nope. And we meet my favorite character in the movie, who is never named in the film, unfortunately. And I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this correctly, but the character's name is Hickok, and he is also this is this actor's first role, from what I read online. Also has a great name. This man's name is Arthur Redcloud.
These are some cool ass names, bruh.
Yes, that's like the lady from Prey.
Yeah.
Her name is Amber Midthunder. Isn't that a fucking awesome name?
We just missed out on the name. Fucking
Awesome names. So he has lit 3 very large fires, presumably to scare away the wolves.
right.
And this man is going to town on this buffalo meat, raw, the Smeagol way. And Glass is walking up to him, and he can barely walk. But he falls over, and he's crawling now, and this is where Hickok sees him, and he points an arrow at him, and he's just like, no. And he's like mouthing, but he's gestating with his hand, I'm just trying to get some food. Can I get a little nibble of that buffalo? I'll eat the ass, I don't care. And Hickok throws him a lump of meat. And this was real. That was a real bison liver that they used for this scene. And DiCaprio really chewed into this thing.
And spit it up.
I don't know if that was real or if that was just something they
'Cause
did.
I
But
would have.
He's trying.
Absolutely.
He's trying to win an Oscar. Okay.
and he did. He actually had a bet with Tom Hardy about winning an Oscar for this movie.
Yeah.
But Hickok is like covered in blood because he's just chewing on these raw bits of this buffalo. This man looks metal as fuck. And Glass starts chewing on the bit of liver, which liver by its own, I've been told, just tastes like iron and blood.
That's essentially what it tastes like.
Yeah, and now this is just coated in blood. DiCaprio really did that. They were originally going to use a fake, a prop that looked like meat, but it looked so fake. DiCaprio was like, no, we're just going to do it for real. And the funny thing about it is DiCaprio's vegetarian.
Oh.
Yeah, so he really did do this, and he said he would never do it again. He said it was disgusting.
I believe
Yeah,
it.
eating raw liver would be absolutely abhorrent. That's rough. Eating cooked liver is not good. But I was like, eating raw liver. Oh,
Yeah.
He fucking threw up.
That was gross. He took one bite and like couldn't even get it down. He just started puking. But it cuts to the next morning, and Hickok is looking at his back. Like he's pulled the fur up, and he's just like taking a look at his back, and this is where we see his gnarly ass fucking back wounds. Where I said he looked like the Frankenstein, put him together.
Looks like a zombie.
Yeah.
Message.
But Hickok is like, what happened to you? And he can speak now. This is, I think, the first time we've heard him speak in 40 minutes.
Yep.
But he managed to muster up and say, bear. And he's speaking Pawnee.
Right. And then he's doing the gestures too.
And then he gives him the claws that Bridger gave him.
Necklace, yeah.
It was funny, though, because Hickok walks away with the claws.
He took it, and he's wearing them
yeah,
later on.
yeah.
It's like, damn, he's a badass. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Hey, I saved this guy who was attacked by a bear. Here's the claws.
I got it.
But this guy's my favorite character. He's like he mentions his people were killed by another tribe, and he's traveling to find
more Pawnee.
Yep. And he says, "You're going to travel with me because you can speak my language. You're clearly injured. You're not trying to harm me. We're cool."
Not only that, they're both alone.
They're both alone.
So it's like, okay, we can continue going separate ways, or we can go together. It's always better to go together, especially out here where danger's everywhere.
Yes. And he's examining the back of Glass's neck, and he's like, "Your body's rotten." He's like, you need to heal. And we have these, like Blair mentioned earlier, and I think Etta also said it, we have these big, wide shots of just land. It's just like scenic shots, and they're quiet. There's no dialogue. And they're sitting under a small bit of vegetation, and it's starting to snow. And they're just sitting there with their tongues out, catching snow
So cute.
on their tongues, bonding. At one point, Hickok is walking the horse. He's got this really pretty white, black speckled horse.
Yes.
Looks kind of like a Dalmatian.
It does.
And he's walking the horse, and Glass is on the back of the horse, and they're still doing the thing of catching the snowflakes on your tongue.
And Glass falls off.
He passes out.
I was like, oh god.
And the storm is rolling in.
Yep.
And Hickok goes to fucking town. He builds a fire. He gets these hot rocks. He builds a shelter. And shout out to Arthur Red Cloud. He built this shit for real.
For real?
He learned it from his grandfather.
That's cool.
And he really built this shelter that DiCaprio is now going to be enclosed in.
He built him a sauna.
Yeah.
Basically.
Because he builds this thing around Glass. Another great shot of Glass just being dragged around. But he builds this thing around him. He puts the hot rocks in there, and then he puts the bear pelt over it.
Yep.
To keep him safe. This man's bad as fuck. And we have another hallucination dream here where he dreams of his son. He dreams his wife is like hovering over him.
Which freaked me out with what I've been watching recently because she was floating, and I'm like, oh god, no.
Because you've been watching it?
Yeah.
You'll float too.
And I just hear, we all float.
Oh, you'll float.
And I'm like, oh my god, she's floating.
Kiss me, fat boy.
It was freaking me out a little
Kiss
bit.
me, bear boy.
And Jeremy's like, this is why you shouldn't watch things. Yes, I know.
So, Hugh wakes up the next morning, and he's much better than what he was when Hickok put him in the little hut. And not entirely sure what happened here. What Hugh comes out to is there's 2 things of meat on a tree nearby, and the canteen is full. Hickok is gone with the horse. He gets dressed, he grabs the supplies, and he walks just up over a hill to a small, not clearing, but to a growth of trees, and this really pissed me off, but Hickok is hanging from the tree because he's been lynched.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got his hands tied behind his back, and he's got a wooden sign on his front. And apparently what's written on there says, "We're all savages."
In French.
In French.
This is on est tous des sauvages.
Yes. Jeremy over here fucking impressing the hell out of everybody.
What? It says we are all savages on his fucking...
You knew that?
It was sick.
Or did you look it up?
Obviously, I knew. Just from the
You
jump.
didn't say it. I said what's on the sign.
He was saving it for this moment.
Motherfucker.
There's apparently there's some things online that says something else, but they're all very similar.
I just saw Savages, so I had, figured.
At first I was like, is that the same character? And then he gets up closer to him and you can see that it is, and shit's just fucked up. And who did this to our friend were the French trappers.
Toussaint and the boys.
They have a little camp nearby and they're having a good old time, and they have his horse. So what I think happened was, while he was out getting supplies for him and Glass, I think they nabbed him. I don't think he was leaving him.
I don't think so either, yeah.
Was that your stomach growling?
That was my belly, sorry.
He was trying his best to help take care of him, and then
I thought that was a car!
No, that was my belly.
But
sorry, Blair.
No, you're fine.
but
like you're saying, like, they had already lost 5 horses. So he's like, oh, look. To them, it was like, oh, a savage with a horse. We need a horse. We don't need a savage. I mean, yeah. So they obtained
He's not
the
white.
horse.
We'll kill him. Fuck it.
Exactly. They don't care.
No, it pissed me off so bad. And then it gets worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because this was not something I ever expected in this movie about a bear attack. Mm-hmm. We have a rape scene in this movie?
They have the daughter.
Poor Pokwa. Yeah. Plot twist.
They're the ones
who
have the chief's daughter.
That were working with the chief to find the daughter. They have her the whole time.
Yeah. This didn't need to be in the movie. But I keep forgetting the piece of shit's name. What's the leader of the French guy?
Toussaint. Yeah.
Which means?
All Saints.
Oh. I don't know how to pronounce the actor's name, but it looks like Fabrice Adi.
Is that actually French?
Yeah, I think so.
Could be. I don't know French.
Huh?
I said me either.
I'm just gonna ignore you.
But I had a really, going back just a few steps to when Glass comes out of the sauna. If this was a comedy film, when he stepped out, he would have been attacked by a bear again. That would have been kind of funny.
Just roll credits.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it.
It's like the rule of 3.
Yeah.
Like when we did the Grinch episode, there was that part where the cat jumped on his face, and a few minutes later it happened again. So for me, again, in a comedy film, he would just get jumped on by a bear.
I thought the bear did go for him the 3rd time, though.
It did.
It did.
Okay.
But I'm saying he got attacked again.
Best 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
3 out of 5.
Again!
That's 4 out of 7.
I'm not done with you yet.
Little did he know the bear was the other Revenant. It was following him the whole time.
That would be a goddamn plot twist and a half.
It's Cubs. Cubs were following him.
Cubs.
No!
The Cubs like, you killed my mom.
They have to grow up and get revenge.
He's going to get John Wicked by some bears.
We followed you.
Jesus. All right.
Right before the awful scene with Pokwa, or I can never get her name right. It's like Pokwa.
You're better than me.
Powaqua.
Pokwa.
I didn't even remember she had a name. That's how bad I am about this.
Powaqua. So
yes.
Powaqua or something like that. But yeah, we had the horrible scene. Then Dude Man runs up on him with the gun. Glass runs up on him with the gun.
Yeah, because Glass also finds Hickok's horse.
Horse,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, he recognizes it because it's very distinct.
Mm-hmm.
He crawls up behind the French guy as he's assaulting this woman against a tree.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls the gun on him. He tells her to grab his knife, and she says something about, I'll cut your balls off.
Mm-hmm.
And spoiler, she does. It's great.
I knew it was coming. As soon as she said it, I was like, oh, she's going to do that.
Oh, yeah. He cuts the little pen the horses are in, he cuts it loose, and because the horses are startled, this is where the other French guys start to come over to investigate. But before they can do anything, Glass shoots one of them, jumps on the horse, shoots another one. With his distraction, the lady is able to get away. And as she's running, the camera pans over, and the French guy is standing there with his pants down, and he's just bleeding from his crotch because she fucking gutted him, rightfully so. And is it immediately after that it cuts to the next morning where he's sleeping against that tree?
I think after that it cuts back to the camp with Bridgers and Fitzgerald talking to the captain. And that was after they had paid him, remember? But then he's like, wait, my till's $300 short.
Oh, because when they get back to camp, they tell the lie. Well, Fitzgerald tells the lie.
Right.
Bridger doesn't speak about how Glass died. They buried him. Bridger built a cross over his grave. They covered him with some rocks and dirt so no one would find him. And Captain Henry gives him the $300, but he also pays Bridger a little bit of money, and Bridger doesn't even take it. He doesn't want that blood money.
But he just walks out.
But Fitzgerald doesn't give a fuck. He's just like, I got my money.
Exactly.
I'm surprised he didn't grab the
I
other.
thought he was going to.
Too.
I thought he was going to snatch that money up too.
Boy's all torn up about what happened. Don't worry about his money.
But after that happens, like after the big escape scene, after he saves Pokwa and takes his friend's horses, like
Cook.
Thank you, Cook takes Cook's horse and escapes. We cut to them at the fort, and they're having a good old time. I'll say getting intoxicated, what have you, in the bar. And Fitzgerald's talking to the captain, and it's like, hey, when are we going to get paid for all this? I'm still waiting for my money for all the furs we have got.
Because those pelts are still out there.
That's right. And he's like, well, we're not going anywhere until the actual military shows up with the money to pay us. So
And orders, I think.
That's right. And so until that happens, we're staying put, and you're not getting paid. And then he started up about the money again, and finally Captain's like, well, according to my count, I'm $300 short because you spent a lot more on supplies than you needed to. At that point, Fitzgerald's like, oh, man, fuck. So he decides to go outside. He pisses in the snow and passes out in his own piss. And then we cut back to Glass asleep in that little tree patch.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's great in that same scene where Fitzgerald's talking to Captain Henry?
Mm-hmm.
Henry ends the conversation with, Happy New Year, Fitzgerald. This is your bed. Now you get to lay in it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And he does. He goes outside and he lays in it.
Which is awful because you see the color of the rest of the snow out there. That was the piss corner, and like he fell asleep in the piss corner.
I missed that, and I'm glad I did. That's
Oh, I did too.
Yeah, when he's walking up, you can see all of the piss piles in the snow, and it's like, oh, this is the piss corner. And he just blap right face first into it, and I'm like, nice.
Hey, Fitz, don't sleep in the yellow snow.
Like, oh, the smell.
That's
of,
fucking disgusting.
I'm glad I missed that.
the smell of ammonia is making me lightheaded.
Though we could rewatch it because I own this movie now.
Oh, you bought it?
It was like $1 more to buy it versus renting it.
Oh.
And so I said, fuck it.
That's how
Nice.
they get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Blu-ray I bought I found it for $5.
It was $5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said she's going to be waiting on her reimbursement stipend at the end of the season for all the rented movies. That's definitely going to run you about $50.
We rented it ourselves. Yar, har, har.
Where's that safe?
Oh, the captain, he'll pay you when he gets back.
Yep.
Run up on Erica like you owe us $50 for rented movies. Look at Adam said so.
Here's an itemized list of all the movies we rented.
Let's-
Pay up, bitch.
I'll take this ketchup then.
There you go.
I need at least 50 bottles of Heinz.
Don't give me Hunts.
Fucking he passes out. They find old boy. He is woken up by the arrow alarm clock, which nobody loves.
Oh my god, that arrow flies right into the tree where his head is.
Right there.
Yeah.
Back to Glass, by the way.
Yeah.
Mike, we're talking about Glass now, waking up in the forest.
Yep, and he just pops up like, oh no.
Time to dip. And he manages to kill 2 of them.
Yeah, he shoots a couple of them while he's running.
Yeah, he's got a couple little pistols on him. And he gets on the horse, and he can't shake him. There's so many of them following him. And he also can't stop this horse because the horse gets an arrow in the ass. And this is one of the craziest shots of the movie. They fly over a cliff, and the horse completely misses the tree below. And sadly, the horse is now dead.
Splat.
And
That
Glass...
horse was going to die either way.
Absolutely. And the Glass lands in the tree, and luckily it breaks his fall, but now he's laying there on the ground again with his already fucked up body.
Now even more fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably got internal bleeding. I was honestly expecting him to pull like a tree branch out, having like some big ass splinters or some shit. But he's just got a little cut on the side of his head.
Yeah, I'm surprised he could even move.
The trauma that this man goes through.
I was joking with Jeremy yesterday. He's like, they should just rename this movie to The Suffering already. Just
Yeah.
And Jeremy's like, no, name it Cold Suffering. I'm like, that's perfect.
Yeah, cold suffering.
The entire damn movie is
Cold
like,
pain.
it's
Wasn't
like, wow.
that the movie game? Alternate titles? No, I feel like that was not. That was something else.
No, it was.
What,
That is the
what could we have
game
called this movie
season.
instead?
Yeah.
Oh, this movie is
Well,
cold suffering.
now we know what
It's
it
like,
was.
all right,
Cold
Leo
Suffering.
DiCaprio's already been through enough. Can we put him through more? Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes,
nah.
we can.
So there's a blizzard. Is there another blizzard coming, or is it just going to be super cold again?
There's There's definitely a storm rolling in
Okay.
because the horse's body is now covered in a good layer of snow. Also, there's a really good detail. A lot of times after he is... Like when he crawls out of the water earlier in the movie, when he's crawling through the snow, when he wakes up here, he puts his fingers in his mouth to breathe on them, to kind of warm them up so he can feel his hands a little bit. And he does it here when he wakes up next to the horse. And with this storm coming in, he pulls a Han Solo and he cuts the horse open and he uses this horse as a shelter.
Okay, so what did he pulled out the lungs, right? Is that the first thing?
No, he pulled out all the internal organs.
Yeah, but what was the first two big heavy things?
That was probably the lungs, which occupy most of your internal cavity here.
Because
And then
it was up front.
everything else was a combination of the liver, the intestinal tract,
The stomach.
like all the internal organs.
Okay.
Everything had to come out.
This prop looked like it was fresh off the set of The Thing.
And then he had to break the ribs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he had to break open the ribs.
You can hear him breaking the horse's rib cage open as right before he crawls inside.
I know that shit was heavy.
Yes,
And I don't know how he did this after he just fell out of a fucking 100-foot tree.
because he is determined.
This is a man. He's a beast of a man. He fought a bear
Oh
and
my
lived, damn
God.
it. He got bear spirit
But
in him.
also,
I wouldn't say he lived. He survived.
He survived. Yeah,
He lived. This man lived.
This man ain't living, let me tell you.
Hot damn. Okay,
how did he
he
not get
survived.
attacked by a bear here? Because a steaming pile of
well,
entrails.
that was gonna be my next bear attack joke.
Sorry.
When no, you're good. Again, in a comedy film, the next morning when he emerges from this animal carcass, boom, bear attack.
But also, I hated when he and then he takes off all his clothes.
Well, you don't want to get blood on him.
Yeah, but the next morning when he gets dressed, he's covered in blood. Anyway.
Well, the blood's in them, not on them.
Oh,
Not much, he can wash himself with snow.
crawls in this horse and then is huddled up and sticks his face outside and is just holding the sides of the horse. I'm just
He's got his face
ugh.
out, but he's got his hands keeping it shut.
There's no air in there. He has to breathe.
No, I know, I understand.
Like he's put a
But-
zipper on the front of it and he just zips it up like
He
a
puts a
sleeping
straw
bag.
outside the horse's chest.
He's got a snorkel.
Yeah.
If I was Leo, I would have got me a hoodie that looked like a horse body.
No!
You zip it up. And there's a horse head hood. Walking around on set with that on.
Also, this is where we lose the bear pelt. We
Yes.
don't see it again because he
That's
throws it
what-
over the horse.
That's what Jeremy
Yeah.
said.
Yeah,
I'm like, he just lost that awesome bear pelt.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know how
But-
badass it would have been? He shows back up at the camp. They're like, bro.
With a bear pelt and
Yeah.
a horse pelt.
He's like, bro.
He's fucking 90 pounds, but I live, bitch.
Yeah.
But when he goes back to the camp, he wears bear throughout afterwards. The coat he has is bear. It's still bear pelt later on.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I just remember that the one he had from the time he was mauled
Yeah,
until
no,
he stole the horse back.
That was the same bear pelt, but I'm saying he still continues to wear bear-like accessories
He's always got fur.
on him. Yes.
Always got fur.
He's got the bear trip.
He's got the boots with the fur.
Bear man.
But he, like Etta said, he emerges from this bear butt ass naked.
Horse.
Oh, my bad. Horse.
Yo, that would be fucking sick, though.
He came out of a
It's like,
bear.
looky here. So just reborn again from a bear. Bust out like a lion.
I die
We
by
live
the bear. I
again!
live by the bear.
My second bear rebirth.
We live
He's
again.
molded by it. I can't do a Bane voice. I'm sorry.
He was molded by the bear.
Thank you.
I was born in the bear.
Absorbed by it.
Do you think after doing this movie, Leonardo DiCaprio can bring himself to watch the show The Bear?
Possibly. I mean, he didn't get mauled by an actual bear.
I know.
Yeah, but
But after he went through everything he went through to make this film, they're like, "Oh, new show coming this summer, The Bear." He was like, "Oh, fuck, no."
I mean, at one point he did cut the shit out of himself filming Django, and then he decided to just do ad lib the hell out of it. It's like, oh no, I've cut myself. Crazy time. It's like, oh shit, okay, cool.
Yeah, he did fuck his hand up in that movie.
Oh yeah.
This movie, because they filmed on location in all these really cold places, he got pneumonia multiple times while they filmed this movie. And
So he probably had actual fever. No, I'm just kidding.
he probably did because he worked through it.
Oh.
He filmed some scenes while dealing with pneumonia.
Well, hey, it added to it.
Which, I mean,
Luckily, it was okay though because he didn't have to talk for a lot of this
I
film.
was like, that's
That
probably
is
the time
true.
when he was sick. Like he didn't have to talk. Like, hey, all you have to do is wheeze. Like, I got you.
He was on set wheezing anyway, and the director was probably like,
This is good. It's just
This is good
it's
shit.
like, go ahead.
"Hold on to that. Keep
roll-
doing that.
Keep rolling.
Give me a camera."
I'm sick. Like, good.
Fantastic. Way to get the character.
You really sound like you were mauled by a bear. This is great. I need a doctor. No. We're gonna keep filming. This is great.
I want a cough drop. We don't have those in 1820.
Get a cough drop.
Like, here's the posthumous Oscar for.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
In the suffering. I mean, we mean the Revenant.
Did he die from a pneumonia? No, a bear got him.
You would think it would be pneumonia, but no, a bear snuck on set.
Yeah.
And a bear said, "I want revenge." But he crawls out of this horse. He gets dressed, smelling like all kinds of fucked up. And he walks over before he leaves. And yeah, like Mike, you can't see it. But Etta is doing like a patting motion. Because he like walks over the horse and he just like a pat, like thanks,
He
thanks, buddy.
the horse.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Yeah.
This poor horse.
It was a good horse.
It was a good horse.
It served.
I didn't see that in Spirit.
It was a really good horse.
The dream,
Stop.
the DreamWorks movie. I think this is where we get that shot that Jeremy mentioned earlier, where he's walking across the ice.
Yes.
Oh,
This big
yeah.
wide shot where he's like almost like framed between two mountains. And he's walking across a frozen river.
And I'm like, why is he out in the middle?
He's making a beeline for the fort.
And then the fucking Hans Zimmer music starts playing and the mountains fold over on each other.
And then the bears just rain from the sky.
Yeah.
And then Elliot Page runs by and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing
It's like,
here?"
what is happening?
It's like,
What
do the
movie
others
is
know-
this?
Do the others know that a bear could come
And
to the
then-
wall at any time?
A train.
Oh, and then he woke up
Yeah.
and he was still at the camp at the beginning of the movie.
Damn it.
And then the bear looks at him and says, Alan.
The sleep juice he's using in this is just pure heroin.
Yeah.
Just like they did back in the day.
Gotta get them haunts out your blood. Here, have heroin.
Jesus.
We gotta get them bears out your blood. I think about this time is when... Oh, we forgot to mention. When he stole the horse from the French people, he dropped the canteen.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And it got smashed. And it does a again, zooms in on this canteen, just like it did the last two times, to really make sure you remember this is the one that Bridger was carving on.
Believe it.
And I think we're back at the fort now.
Fort Kiowa.
Thank you. And one of the French trappers shows up. He's the only one left alive. And he mentions that they were attacked by the Ree, I believe. And then he also watched one of his compatriots get killed by wolves.
No, he didn't say they were attacked by a Ree. He said they were attacked by a man.
And then they,
No, but I think he say the rest of them were killed off.
yeah, they got like slaughtered as they.
Yeah.
Oh, as they were
tried-
running?
Yeah, because he didn't kill all of them. He only killed like 2 or 3.
Yeah, but think the lady probably made it back, and then they probably came and killed the rest
Fuck,
of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then whoever they didn't kill, the wolves got. So he was
Right.
just the last man standing, like fucked up. It's like, I've seen some shit.
Yeah, they walked by the set of The Grey with Liam Neeson, and the wolves jumped on the French guys. And
They tied like little broken bottles to their paws.
oh gosh,
Clink, clink.
but he's asking for food, and they're basically telling him like, look, you got anything to trade for food? And he doesn't have much. He's telling about how they were attacked by some man. He pulls out the stuff he has in his pockets, which is not much, and he pulls out that canteen. And when he puts that canteen down the table, Bridger's like, hold up.
He freaks the fuck out, like, wow! Like, I made that canteen.
You see that shit? I drew that. It's mine.
The last time I put that
Oh, I
canteen,
missed
it was
that.
on. It was on glass.
Yeah.
Captain!
Oh, fucking Bridger's losing his shit at this point.
Yeah.
He's just like, bro, where'd you get that?
The fuck?
I missed that.
I don't know. There was this ghost of a man who just rolled up, which is like, motherfucker. Pow.
The gummy must have been kicking in at that
So he
point.
came in the cabin and said, it's Revenant time.
It's Revenant time. And they realize, or they don't realize, but one of them says, oh, Hawk must be nearby.
Yeah, they think it's Hawk at first. That's right.
And Fitzgerald is like, yep, gotta be Hawk. Absolutely. No doubt.
Internally, I gotta get out of here.
You
Literally.
You can see his thought bubble of him just be like, I gotta get the fuck away from this fort. So the captain gathers up a whole bunch of men and they go out into the forest, and This is a very, very cool shot. It's also very eerie because it's only lit by the torches, and you can see this figure come out of the darkness, and he's got a hood on, and when the light hits his face, they're like, holy shit, glass. And they manage to get him back to base, and the captain is like, where the fuck is Fitzgerald?
Also, before we continue further, I want to point out, so remember we go back to the Frenchman, right? He had mentioned that it was 30 miles from that camp that Glass pretty much saved Pokwa from and released the horses.
Yep.
And 30 miles from there to the fort.
Yes.
Which means, like, it may have been slightly more, slightly less than 30 miles that Glass had to walk, fucked up, in the cold, by himself, to that fort.
Well, I believe... I'm going to have to... I'm not entirely sure. I read this the other day. His full journey was about 300 miles.
Jesus.
Yeah. From the time he was attacked and left for dead to getting back to people. I want to say it was like 300 miles.
I just wanted to point that out because it's like he did all this on foot. Like,
After being mauled by a bear.
being mauled by a bear. Like,
in 1,800 times.
And then it's like, oh, I'm now without the horse. I use my horses, to survive the blizzard. I'm now walking to the fort. It's like, nothing will stop me at this point.
And fell over a cliff and through a tree.
Over the hill and through the woods.
Into the horse we go.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking up to see how far he actually went. 200 to 300 miles.
Nice.
I'd just be like, hey, you know what? I'm good. Fuck it. My back hurts. You know what? I'm just going to take a nap.
A forever nap?
That's right. This shit is unbearable.
Hey. He did it for you.
I know.
Now, what?
Fucking dad
Now, hey, now, I didn't make a single grizzly joke the entire time.
Oh, don't worry.
Yet.
I looked up a whole
There's
bunch
still
of bear
time.
puns, and
No!
I have them on my phone.
Awesome.
And I haven't been using many of them.
That's a nice gummy roll you got there.
Squeeze
My gummy.
nose.
So, when they get back to the fort, Captain Henry is trying to find Fitzgerald. Can't find him. He goes to his own office, and you can see it's been ransacked.
Is this before or after they grab Bridgers?
This is, I want to say before
This is before.
Okay.
he grabs Bridger.
I
Right,
gotcha.
because then they come back with Glass, with Bridgers in tow, and
Yeah.
then Captain's...
Once again, Bridger gets the butt of a rifle to the face. But his whole barracks have been ransacked. Not barracked, but his quarters have been ransacked. And his safe is empty.
Yep.
And Fitzgerald has managed to slip away, because he's a slippery little son of a bitch. And he tells Will Porter's the actor. He tells Bridger that he's going to be tried for treason. And he tells him to lock him up. And we don't see him again for the rest of the film. He is gone. But he says, I thought he was dead. Or I was, he told me that we were coming, we were going to die. We had to get the fuck out of there. And Captain does not believe him. Captain does not give a fuck what this boy is saying. And when he goes to talk to Glass later, Glass is like, he's telling the truth. He wasn't there.
Yeah, he was doing
He
his
was
best to
following
vouch for him.
orders.
He was following orders.
Also, this man's lips are fucked.
Oh, weren't they just the grossest fucking...
Ugh.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
All
Herpes.
that skin just
All the
dead.
herpes is just up on there.
It looks so gross.
That's what it looked like.
He looked like a cartoon from Ren and Stimpy.
Okay.
It looked nasty.
A very apt but true description.
Yeah, but he tells him, like, look, Bridger wasn't there when Fitzgerald killed my son. He was just following orders. Don't punish the boy. And he says that Fitzgerald is scared. He's going out into the forest because he thinks he can hide. That's not the place he wants to be with me. I'm the one person here that knows how to find him. And I'm going to find him right now. And Captain Henry's like, no, you need to rest.
And this is after the doctor, like, the captain walks in, and the doctor, I don't know whether he's lancing his back or putting something in it. Remember the white oozing out?
No, I don't remember that, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah,
terrible.
the doctor's working on Glass.
Yeah,
And there's,
it was
like,
right before he actually had a one-on-one with Glass.
Yeah.
He was basically treating his wounds.
No, I missed that.
He told him there was like swelling.
Yeah.
He's like,
Okay, so it might have been lancing
Yeah,
something.
he's like, there's really bad swelling. He needs to rest.
Well,
and he's shaking. Like,
oh,
he's...
I believe it.
Yeah.
He's in pain. He's probably cold. He hasn't known warmth in a fucking
Right.
weeks. But there's some stuff that Glass did to survive that they did not put in this movie, and I'm very happy about. So his wounds were more than likely infected.
Right.
To combat that infection, he rubbed his back up against trees so that he could get maggots in the wounds. Because maggots eat dead flesh.
Yeah.
That's part of the thing that kept him alive. I'm so glad they didn't put that in the movie.
The maggots
I wouldn't be able to
only
handle it.
eat dead flesh, too.
And Glass, in real life, the real Glass did that shit. And this whole movie, I was afraid they were going to show it. And I was just like, please don't. I can't do it. I can't.
That's kind of cool, though.
It is cool. But our friend who is an actual doctor would be watching that going, wow, look at that. I'd be looking at that throwing up.
Yeah. What else?
He dead in real life. No.
What killed him? Actual natural causes, old age.
A cold.
Yeah.
No, what actually killed Hugh Glass kind of sucks. It was not a bear attack. I just want to point that out there. He did not get attacked by a bear. Again.
Common cold.
So
I mean, it would be kind of funny.
it'd be ironic. That's just like Tom Hardy's character in Lawless. This badass motherfucker survives getting his throat cut, and then he dies from pneumonia.
It's like Achilles in his heel. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's the little things that kill you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's little things. Like the little thing's going to kill me. He's out there.
Which one?
Okay.
That's the right question.
Oh, okay.
So he's basically like, look, this man is afraid because Fitzgerald knows how far I came to find him and what I've done to stay alive. He's scared. Mm-hmm. And there is not a force on this earth that's going to stop me from going after him. He killed my boy.
Right.
So it's just him and Captain Henry go out looking for Fitzgerald. And if you ever Google, Mike, a picture of Hugh Glass, the photo that comes up is him like with almost like a raccoon cap on. He's wearing a fur cap. Mm-hmm. This is now how DiCaprio looks for most of the remainder of the film.
Also, I love the captain. Like, I don't know what he had, but...
Oh, like that big Russian fur hat kind of thing?
I was like, oh, it has to be a beaver!
Yeah. So they go out and they're tracking Fitzgerald. They think they're about 12 hours behind him. And this is where he finally tells the captain, like, because the captain asks again, did you really kill a officer? He goes, I just killed the man who was trying to kill my son. Because, again, the flashbacks are cut up throughout the movie. They come to a clearing where Glass tells the captain, like, we need to split up here. If you run into him, I think he tells him, don't try to bring him in alive. But if you run into just turn around and meet me back here.
Yeah.
Don't worry about them. Just get the fuck away from them. You go west, I'm going east. And, of course, the captain is the one who finds Fitzgerald. He's hiding behind this rock. And he pops out and he goes, well, Captain, you're a long way away from the fort. What you doing out here? And the captain has got Fitzgerald on his left, and you can see him reaching for his pistol.
Yeah, and he's like holding the rein and with his coat, so you can't really see what he's doing. Yeah.
But Fitzgerald has that rifle on him the whole time. And they both shoot.
Yep.
And Hugh hears it, and he follows the noise, and unfortunately, the captain is dead. And for an extra measure, Fitzgerald scalped him?
He did that to, so they didn't... If anyone else besides Hugh Glass found him, oh, wait, natives must have done this. Oh, the Arakiri must have did this. I say, yeah, it gets him off his trail.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly why he did it.
Yeah. It was a little red herring. Mm-hmm. So Hugh loads up the captain's body onto his horse. And this is a really good detail. The captain is slung across the horse with the captain's feet dangling over the right side of the horse. That's going to be very important in a few minutes. At one point, Hugh gets off his horse and he grabs his branch, like a Y-shaped branch. Mm-hmm. And he cuts a little bit of it off and he drops it, and we don't see what he's doing with that.
I thought he was going to... I don't even know. I thought he was going to drag the body with it.
I was confused for a second.
Yeah, because
I was like,
what?
What was the point of that?
Yeah.
And then this is probably my favorite part of the film. It cuts to...
them growing across an open area.
Very open.
Yeah.
But the detail of now the captain's legs are over the left side of the horse. Glass is on the horse, riding. and it pans out. This big wide shot, like Etta just said.
Yep.
And you can see the barrel of a rifle, and it follows it back, and you can see that Fitzgerald is aiming at him. And I love that they didn't just show him, like, who's aiming that rifle? Obviously, it's Fitzgerald.
Right.
It's the bear. The bear's got the gun on.
Yeah.
And he fires, and glass falls off the horse. Fitzgerald walks up. He's looking at him. He flips him over and uncovers his face, and it's the captain.
Well, I think he sees the branch first.
He does. Yep, he sees the branch along his back.
He flips the coat over, and you can see the branch.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. And then he flips it over, and it's the captain.
This is a very good turn. He turns to... That was not an intended pun. But he looks over at the horses, and Glass lifts up the tarp that's over him, and he shoots Fitzgerald in the shoulder.
Yep.
And this is where we get our final showdown.
And then Jeremy's just like, why did he not shoot him sooner? And I was like, well, he's underneath the tarp or the coat or whatever, so he's going by sound. Completely by sound.
Yeah.
Also, he needs him close because he's not using the rifle, he's using the pistol.
Yeah, the hand, yeah.
Also, they're all of them are smooth bore, but none of them have really good accuracy. So he's like, he needs to be close.
Although he was fucking good with that thing, Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Because as far away from he was, and he still managed to shoot the captain's body.
That's going back to
And
his previous training as a soldier too.
Shot in the heart too. Whenever they flip the captain. Well, I don't know which shot it was.
I assumed that for that one in the chest there was the one he actually killed him.
Oh, okay,
That's just what I thought.
that's fair.
But Glass is now chasing Fitzgerald through the woods and can't hit him. They fall down this little embankment by the river, and he loses his rifle. And you can see he's loading the rifle as he's running. And this is where they, like, hey, fuck the guns. Fitzgerald's got a knife. Hugh has a small hatchet. And, again, Fitzgerald is just talking shit the whole time.
That's why you should have raised a man, not some little pussy boy. And then it's like, yep, that's enough. I'm killing you.
I'm triggered now.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you.
Well, he was always going to kill him.
Oh, yeah. But this is
It was a scrap.
It was a great fight
yeah.
scene. It followed Charles M.F. Darwin's Anatomy of a Good Fight Scene.
Which is?
Fuck.
Come on.
I literally told Ed about it last night.
He was spouting it off you said the...
Also, it's not actually Charles M.F. Darwin. Blair, you remember it from the YouTube video with the Dragon Ball Z YouTube video? When the dude... You remember Totally Not Mark?
Yeah,
When he was talking about the anatomy of a fight scene?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it totally follows Charles M.F. Darwin's Anatomy of a Fight Scene, which...
The shine?
The shine,
The double down?
the cutoff,
Oh.
the hope, the double down, and the finish. I think the shine was when he lifted up the thing and shot the guy and did the chase scene.
Uh-huh.
The cutoff is when they fell down the embankment.
Mm-hmm.
The hope is when you're just like, they now are on equal terms, and you hope that he wins the fight. And then the double down is literally when they were both down on the ground.
And going back and forth with the knife.
And going back and forth with the knives.
Yep.
I've
and
never
then,
heard
of course,
that before.
the finish.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Nicholas J. Carpenter's Anatomy of a Fight Scene. You should look it up.
I definitely will, because I've never heard of that.
I don't know the guy's actual name.
But how you described it,
Quit spouting off names, then you're
My
gonna...
bad. I don't know the guy's
If you
name.
say it with confidence, though, people will believe you.
Fucking John
he
Carpenter.
said that shit with his chest, and I was like, explain it to me. I don't know this.
Charles M.F. Darwin. He's like, wait a minute. Charles Darwin?
Charles motherfucking Darwin.
Yeah. Like, Charles Darwin definitely didn't do anything about fight scenes.
No, but that description you just gave is so good. I love that.
Yeah,
One of my finches.
But when
Yeah, shout out to Totally Not Mark.
but in this fight, at one point Fitzgerald throws Hugh to the ground, and he goes for his knife. And when he reaches for his knife, I'm sorry, he doesn't reach for his knife. He's just getting up. And as he's getting up, Glass just wings back with that freaking hatchet and chops off 2 of his fucking fingers.
Yeah.
And he's very nonplussed by this. He's just like, well, goddamn.
He's like, motherfucker, goddamn.
His hands are
Oh,
probably
and
so
just
cold.
like, well, adaptability. I got
Well,
flat
if
fingers.
he can even feel it, because imagine they probably got frostbite.
Jeremy just said his hands are very cold.
Yeah, his hands are probably
Yeah.
so cold.
But if you guys experience when you're outside in the cold, and I've experienced this growing up in New York, like when your face is really cold and you're in a snowstorm and when little tiny bits of snow are just hitting your skin that's already frozen, it feels like needles. Mm-hmm. It hurts so fucking bad. Mm-hmm. So I can only imagine how his fucking hands feel after getting 2 fingers lopped off.
And then he stabs Glass's hand with a knife, right?
Yeah.
To keep him from crawling away.
He stabs Glass.
And then that's when he hits him with the hatchet, right?
It was a good
No,
clapback.
because he loses the fingers before he
Okay.
stabs. Glass gets hit 3 times, I believe. He gets one cut to the cheek.
Yep.
He gets the knife through the hand.
Yep.
And he gets a knife like right above his knee.
Oh, he does stab him in the knee. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Fitzgerald gets 2 fingers cut off, shot in the shoulder. He gets the knife in the back of the leg when Glass is crawling over him.
Also, don't forget like the hatchet he got to the gut.
He got the hatchet in the belly.
Also, shout out to Mike Tyson biting ears here.
Oh,
As a
yeah.
Fitzgerald.
No.
He did bite Hugh's
He
ear.
bit it off.
I forgot about that.
He
Yeah.
pulled him close because he's trying to wrestle the knife away. So he pulled him close, bit his ear off, and it's pissed.
Oh,
and bit
I
it.
forgot about that. And then, so that's where they're wrestling with the knife, and they keep doing the rule of fighting someone with a knife. You always try to keep control of the arm that has the knife, and Fitzgerald passes the knife to his other hand at one point, but then Hugh manages to turn it around on him, and he stabs him in the belly with his own knife.
Fitzgerald wrestles it out of his stomach. And then,
Yeah.
yeah.
But then Hugh is on top of him, and Fitzgerald is still just talking shit. He's like, look, this isn't going to bring your boy back. And he goes, yeah, you're right, it's not. And he repeats one of the things that his wife said to him in Pawnee earlier in the film.
The revenge is in the creator's hands, and I
Yeah.
actually think that his friend that found
Hey, Cook
him,
said it.
Yeah,
You're right. You're absolutely right. And it wasn't the wife. Hey, Cook said it to him. And he sees the Ree just a few feet down the river. And this is some of the most sickest shit he does in the movie. He doesn't kill Fitzgerald. He throws him in the water down to the Pawnee. I'm sorry, the Ree. And they scalp him.
They finished scalping him.
Yep.
that's where the joke came in.
Yeah. They finished scalping him, and then they drown him.
Yeah. That's fucking sweet justice.
It really was. And then the cap off was like, okay, he's so tired. He's so fucked up. It's like, okay, they killed him. They're going to kill me. Come what may. And he's just sitting there watching it. And then, oh, hey, it's that girl I saved. Like, huh, she looks happy to be here. It's like, and they leave him. I was like,
The only thing I think this scene was missing was hearing her say, "That's the guy that saved me. We don't hurt him," because them walking by and them not speaking or saying anything in reference to that just felt like something was missing for me.
I told Etta the same thing, but I was just like, they probably so that
I mean,
whole time they're hunting white men the whole time. So obviously the guy, he's got a bad taste in his mouth for him. So when they go to walk by him, he don't actually want to talk to him. He would probably rather just go ahead and kill him. But because his daughter was saved by one, he's just like, yeah, well, we're going to leave him alone. And I also was telling her, since she came back and did vouch, oh, it was the French guys that had me the whole time. He's just like, okay, I no longer have beef with
the Americans.
yeah, because we found who actually had her and we killed them. So there's no reason for me to really even be killing any more of them because we already got what we had. So there's no reason for me to kill any more of them.
But the only thing with that is, then why did he bother scalping Fitzgerald?
Because he was already partially scalped.
he was just finishing.
Yeah.
Also, we had a theory about
he was
that, too.
He was finishing some unfinished homework.
So it's like we think that Fitzgerald may have been double dipping with the French and may have been the one to capture Pourquoi and sell it to Toussaint to make
Really?
more money. There's no objective evidence to prove it, but it would also be like you said, like you've got Pourquoi back. Why are we killing white men still? Like, because we're done here. It's like, what if that was the man who sold it to Toussaint? Because he clearly doesn't care about human life. He's all in it for the money. And like, I'm pretty sure the French would pay pretty well for, how to put this, virgin Native American
Human trafficking.
Yes. Again, these French bastards in this movie clearly show that they do not care. They're here for the money. They're here for the good time. They're here to just rock out.
There's another movie that came out fairly recently where a bunch of French trappers around the same time period get absolutely slaughtered.
Was it Prey?
It was Prey.
Yeah,
that was awesome in that
yeah,
movie.
It was.
Those people just got annihilated by this 7-foot alien.
But no, I made the joke to Etta, somewhat tasteless joke. But she was just like, why did they do whatever when they killed the dude? She was like, why'd they kill Fitzgerald or whatever and not him? And I was like, well, the dude probably floated down the river. And then the guy looked, and he's just like, "I recognize this handiwork. This is how Arrow to knee scalps all his people. Like, you see how he did the handiwork right here? Like, yeah, I recognize that.
How sloppy it is here.
Yeah.
This is how you really
Like,
do
We
it.
might as well finish the job for him.
I do like how like they don't show it happening. You just hear Fitzgerald screaming in the distance, and it's like that's satisfying.
It's poetic justice.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Yeah, it was the one thing he was truly scared of, and it's the last thing that happens to him. But then Hugh is just sitting there, and he manages to climb up the hill, and if I'm not mistaken, that's where we leave him in this movie.
Yep. And then as the credits roll, you hear his breathing slow, and it finally stops. Because at that point, it's like, hey, as long as you're breathing, you're still fighting. It's like, he has no more fight left, just don't need to breathe. And then it goes back to the title, The Revenant, because like it's highly... There's a lot of times where it shows him basically being covered up and then being reborn again and again and again throughout the film. The first time was with the bear. Hey, I'm basically dead. The bear buried me. And they uncover him. Granted, he's fucked up there. The second time is when he's actually buried in that very shallow grave that Fitzgerald made for him. And he at that point, he was unable to move before. But then all of a sudden, it's like, hey, I have the strength to crawl out of this grave and go to my son. And then, mourn for him as long as I can until finally, like, I don't want to die here. And then I want to say the third time, he was buried was with,
The sauna.
the sauna. And he was basically ripped his way out of there once again, but this time from the bear pelt. And the fourth time was with the horse. Mm-hmm. So he's constantly in a cycle of metaphorical death and rebirth, just long enough to get him going to the next one. But now that he no longer has any purpose on the world, because his only thing he had left was his son, who is now gone. Now that his son's death is avenged, he's done.
Yeah.
So then he's allowed to rest, which is why, like, when the movie ends and it's rolling credits and you hear him breathing and it slows down and it finally stops and it's like, he's done. The Revenant's over.
Yeah. No, that's a great way to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I remember reading, so this was 1823 when he was attacked by this bear.
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Glass died in 1833. He was killed by the Akiria.
Oh no!
He was actually killed by the for real. Did not live to see old age. But also about this movie, it was shot unlike most films. Most movies are shot out of order. This movie was filmed chronologically. It was filmed in order over the course of 9 months.
Oh my goodness.
80 filming days.
Damn.
Because they had to work around the weather and the time of day because
Right.
they used natural lighting, except for that one shot. Sorry, I have a bunch of facts here. I already told about that one.
Have to cycle through your bear jokes to get through them.
Oh, they're in here. Don't you worry. The other thing is whenever someone significant to Glass dies, the environment reacts to it.
Mm-hmm.
So when Hawk is killed, the trees in the area
I remember that.
start
yeah.
shaking.
It's always the wind. It's what his wife said. Yeah.
When he discovers Cook's body hanging from the tree, the air becomes very still. Everything just stops. And the last thing, when he discovers Captain Henry's body after he's killed, there's an avalanche.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was about to
Yep,
get rolled
and-
over by a freaking
Yeah,
avalanche.
and the director always makes a fine point to, like, not only emphasize it, but like to overstate the welcome. It's like, what's going on here? Oh, the trees are blowing in the wind.
We linger on a
for
lot of shots.
15 seconds.
Yep.
Oh, like here's, like you said, the avalanche falling. How long is Leo going to look at the avalanche? Probably a good 10 seconds.
But again, they're all these beautiful,
Yeah, it's-
picturesque.
Was it real avalanche?
That I don't know. If I guess, I would say no. That'd
Yeah.
be too convenient.
True.
You
Also,
can't really
it-
plan an avalanche, can
And
you?
also, you can plan an avalanche, but it's extraordinarily dangerous because you can make it happen. You can't control what happens with the snow.
Yeah. Or the rocks.
Yeah.
They just happen to catch it. Like, catch that.
Roll, don't hit. Roll,
Look at
roll,
it, Leo.
roll.
Leo, run!
Right? I was like, I swear to God.
Alejandro, the lens cap was on. Sorry, we didn't catch it. I'm
Take
sorry.
it again. We gotta wait 5 days.
Feed him to the bear.
Fly up there with a helicopter, put TNT at the top of the mountain, detonate it. All right, and we'll shoot. And scene.
I forgot the tape in the camera.
So he just went to shoot the guy and it just clicked. He's like, oh, you lucky son bitch.
It's like, who's the special effects guy? As it just pans over, it's the bear. Like, God damn it.
Thought we fired him. Was that everything that we had for the movie?
More or less. Like I said, after that credits roll, Leo's breathing, it slows down, and then it just poetically stops as the credits keep rolling.
Roll credits.
Like more or less
credits.
bringing to attention, both physically and metaphorically, the Revenant. And I was like, this is a fantastic movie. Unfortunately, it's an extremely long runtime of 2.5 hours.
I actually thought it was 3. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I thought it was 3.
Well, again, like there's a whole lot of like empty space between like segments of action.
Yeah.
Very, very, very few moments of dialogue in this movie.
Crazy.
So many scenes are just filled with silence. Mm-hmm. But with our movie being concluded and Tom Hardy getting an excellent death, Jeremy, would you regret if you saw this in the theater today? And what are your final thoughts?
I thought the movie was good, actually. I wasn't expecting it to be because from what I knew about the movie, I thought that there were 2 characters in the movie, and it was Leo and the bear. From what I fucking knew about this movie.
How many times I gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
Yeah, I literally never heard anything about the movie except,
Hugh and the bear.
dude gets attacked by a bear multiple times. And I'm just like, so we're about to watch a movie where a dude gets attacked by a bear a bunch of times? It's, well, yeah, but other stuff happens. And I had no idea about what else happened in this movie.
I love that you went into this blind.
I went in
Love
completely blind. I thought it was about him and a bear. I didn't think there were any other characters in the...
You thought like him, he'd eventually find the power of friendship and get up. Like, I've had enough of you, bear. It stops the down strike with one arm and just looks up.
Bear, we don't need to kill. Here's a unicycle. Ride this tiny unicycle, bear.
I thought it was a movie about a dude fighting a bear. That's what I thought. The whole movie. And I'm just like,
without
well...
the cocaine.
Hyper combo
doing
finish.
this. I'm doing this for Adam and Etta. I'm watching this 3-hour movie about a dude fighting a fucking bear. It better be good. I'm going to be very mad.
I'm very glad you liked it.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. It was a good movie. Like you said earlier, there was not a whole lot of dialogue. They didn't shove a whole lot of exposition down your throat. So sometimes you're just like, I don't know where they are. I don't even know who these people are.
I don't know when they are.
Yeah, when
That was another thing.
Yeah.
I had to look it up.
Is this the 1600, 1700, 18? I'm terrible with history and geography. I'm absolutely terrible. So Edda's like, where is this? I was like, Michigan, Wyoming.
Literally, he just started like
Clearly, it's in Wisconsin.
It's probably in Florida.
Because
I did ask it a lot.
She's
though.
like, where is it? I was like,
I
this
love
is,
those trees.
This is Michigan. That's Lake Erie right there. It's just but yeah, I did enjoy it. It was a good movie. I wouldn't have regretted seeing it in the theater. It was thankfully it wasn't unbearable. So,
hey, hell yeah!
I hate you all.
But you love us.
Blair Bear.
Yes.
Would you regret seeing this in the theater? And what do you think about the movie?
No. Honestly, we watched it. I want to say back when cable was the thing. I don't know if anyone remembers that.
Wow.
But we watched it on pay-per-view when it came out, like available for streaming then, and absolutely loved it. Like it was a lot of stuff that happened you didn't think would happen so soon. Because like I said, you start off kind of slow, kind of quiet. You have the elk hunt, and you're like, okay, cool. All the previews for the movie showed, the well-known Bear versus Leo scene. You did not realize how soon in the movie that happened, and then you don't realize it's happening until it's like, oh, Leo's off by himself. Oh, those are bear cubs, and it's like, oh shit. It's all right, time to leave, and it's like, oh, you can't leave. It's time. It's just bam, and then the rest of the movie is like a reaction to that, which is really good. And like I said, then you have the entirety of the revenge plot. And then at the time when I initially watched it, didn't really understand the depth of the actual titling of the movie, The Revenant, until here recently, is just kind of just doing some wordplay and looking stuff up. It's like, oh, okay, that's very nice. Zombie originates from that. Or all Revenant is just that, but French. That's it. And it's like, oh, okay. I'll say it's just the living dead, a Revenant. And that makes sense because, like I said, there's a lot of times in situations okay, beforehand, Leo couldn't move. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't even speak. And then all of a sudden, hey, I'm going to claw myself out of this grave. And then as the movie goes on, I'm going to slowly but gradually build my strength back. But I'm still a rotten corpse. There's many times where it's Bridger's oh, he's ice cold. Oh, your skin's rotten. There's something wrong with you. A lot of people are just
you should be dead.
Yeah, there's a lot of little subtle things. It's oh god, it's a zombie. But it's no, you're a living corpse or something. This little nods, little subtle touches. This is pretty good. I like this. Good wordplay here. If I say good acting all around, Like, honestly, had you not known who Tom Hardy was before, knowing his acting career now and going back and watching Tom Hardy, another fantastic actor, and like again portraying his wonderful range. No, honestly, the movie itself, I would not regret watching this in theaters. It's a fantastic time. I would say albeit a little bit long, but it's easy to get lost in it, and the pacing, and even in the open like empty points, it's really well done. Like, usually you have a long open stretch followed by a lot of really quick action, a lot going on, followed by a breath of fresh air, followed by more action. And it's done in a really good cadence where it keeps you hooked in. So yeah, I wouldn't regret watching this in theaters.
That's awesome. That's a really good description of it.
Oh, well, thank you.
But I'm going to save Etta for last because this was her movie.
Yeah.
I would regret seeing this in the theater.
Why?
Feeling.
It's a beautifully shot movie. I can't argue that. I hate CGI. Very little of this film was CGI. It was amazing they did this on location for real. The story was interesting. The action was good, just like Blair said. I can't really add much more to what these guys already said. It was just a little too long for me. There were many shots where nothing was happening. But again, there's nothing wrong with that. But I enjoyed it seeing it in my own home. But again, this movie was great. Yeah, I can't add anything else. I did not know what the title meant until I watched the movie. I finally looked it up. Before that, I had no idea. Mm-hmm. But no, it was good. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. And our chooser of this film, I know she's sitting over there.
I thought you were going to say a bear pun.
Fidget hard over that fidget cube.
I would never make a bear pun. That would be, just...
Don't lie to me.
Ridiculous.
To my face.
I love strawberries. Etta.
So do I.
Etta, what do you think?
So I really enjoyed this movie. I'm a big fan of Leonardo DiCaprio. Politics aside, people are people. They do things. That's just how human nature is. So when I found out this was his Oscar film, I've wanted to watch this movie. When did this movie come out?
2015. The movie's 10 years old
now.
now.
So it's been a little while, and I actually have not really seen any scenes of this movie other than, I think, the horse one. So that was the one I was like, ugh, dreading to see. But it wasn't that bad. But
the pile of guts and pulling out this horse.
Yeah. Anyway, I did enjoy it thoroughly. I do agree with you though, but I agree. I like watching movies in the comfort of my home anyway. But I feel like I would have liked to see it in theaters though. Like just having the surround sound to it. Like I feel like you would have been more into the movie that way. So I feel like it would have added a little extra depth to it. So I probably would have enjoyed seeing it in theaters, but acting absolutely phenomenal, even with not even speaking. Like, probably shouldn't have been his movie to be the Oscar, but I still think he was deserving of the title.
He and everyone else in this movie, I think, was absolutely phenomenal.
Exactly.
No complaints on any performance or any of the casting in this movie.
Right.
And like he put in the work. He did. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's long. I was starting to fidget at the like I'm fidgeting now. I started to fidget.
She's a
after
fidgeter.
A while. I am.
I get it.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But all in all, 10 out of 10. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad everybody liked this movie. And if we actually had seen this movie 10 years ago in the theater, it would have cost us about $8.43.
Oh, I spent $5, so almost there.
I spent about $8 something because I rented it and then I immediately went out and bought the Blu-ray to add to my collection. So that's been The Revenant. Our next episode that's coming out was picked by Jeremy.
Oh no!
And we have been cracking jokes in reference to it a lot of this episode. It's Joker.
I've been trying to get him to watch this movie for forever.
Spoiler: I did see this in the theater.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he regretted it.
It's really good. The second one, however, is ooh, but the first one.
Yep. So we'll be enjoying the madness of Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah. So if you want to keep up with us, though, you can follow us at Get2Theater on all the social medias. But until next week, when we're having a good old laugh, I've been Adam.
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Etta.
I'm Blair.
We've been Getting to the Theater, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace.